We're screaming.
You may have to use this and go to settings, but I don't know. We'll see. I just turned that sound up for her national anthem, and I could hear the sound coming through there. You ready, bud? You ready? Yeah. Live from Taziki Field at Christian Academy of Louisville English Station campus. It's Christian Academy of Louisville Centurion football. As tonight, the number one ranked in 3A and undefeated 2-0 Centurions host the 0-2 6A Eastern Eagles. Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Vitello, privileged to bring you tonight's broadcast, and I'll be joined once again by former athletic director Darren Long. And Darren, Centurions tied with South Warren for the longest winning streak in the state of 17 games. And going for number 18 tonight, a team they've had great success against over the last 6 times they played them.
Yeah, I mean, just talking about that 17-0, that's just sometimes that's just unimaginable when you think about our program over the last 15, 20 years. And it's just a great feeling to be in. Just another great night here at Centurion Field. Got perfect field conditions as always with our field turf, and beautiful night, a little bit overcast and low 80s. And yeah, this is a fantastic game against Eastern. One of the games that we wanted to put together several years ago. We got two schools that are literally just about 3 miles apart, and fantastic for the Middletown and east end of Louisville. So very excited to be here. And as you said, it's been all Centurions in this series. Playing a big 6A school. We've played 2 5As in a row. Now we have 6A, but Cal's gotten the best of this. 6-0, undefeated against Eastern. It's nice to bring it back in here tonight and keep this rivalry going.
And these games have been pretty big wins for the Centurions every year, and hopefully they'll keep that tonight. And when you look at the stats, it definitely weighs in favor of the Centurions.
Yeah, it's not all about the paper. It's what happens on the field, and, you don't want to ever underestimate it. But looking at it on paper, huge advantage of the Centurions when you start looking at this. As we mentioned, Mike mentioned Eastern Eagles are 0-2, lost kind of made their little bracket through Odom County. Lost to Odom County first game 27-12, and then South Odom last week 49-7. So struggling a little bit on offense as far as getting some points up on the board, averaging just over 9.5 points a game. Averaging 58 yards of rushing a game. And as far as passing as well, just barely or right at 99, so kind of But I think where the toughest part, looking at it on paper and seeing a little bit on film, is their defense is struggling. They're giving up 233 yards a game on the ground, which could lead right into the Centurions' strength tonight.
Well, you look at the Centurions, this may be what they need. Coach Cantwell very happy with the defense, who's thrown 8 straight quarters of shutout football and 1 overtime of shutout football. How could you not be happy with the great performance of the special teams last week with the punt returns of Luke Leeper and 2 block punts? But the offense and the offensive line just isn't quite going where he wants it right now.
Yeah, I know it's a big focus for the team this week, and I know he put out a big challenge at offensive line. And, you come away, you're sitting 2-0 and 2 wins and feel good. And but, yeah, he's just not as happy with the offense yet. Still really needs to see them to kind of sync together and kind of put it all together and kind of create that two-headed beast with the running game and then leading into the passing game. So we'll see how that practice went and see if that offensive line's ready to step up to the challenge. But as you said, with the defense, if you're not giving up any points, man, that's a great way to start the season.
When you talk about the Centurions, Anthony Sabatino back at quarterback after missing the first game, played last week and played like a first game, but still a pretty good game for his first game as quarterback.
Yeah, watching it, we could tell he's just getting there, seeing that first game action of the year. But, he ended up with some great stats, 12 out of 20, 128 yards, 60% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. And I think as the game progressed a little bit, you started seeing him feel a little bit better as he went in there. Brant Babin still 178 yards, averaging over 5 yards per carry, and Harrison Zimmer, same way, about 4.5 yards. So the rushing game is definitely getting there. And as you said last week, Luke Leeper, probably the best all-around game we've seen him play on special teams. Had some nice catches on offense, and nice to see him as a senior step up as a leader of this team.
Of course, Leeper, the leading receiver, but Gage Guerin starting to make some catches out there as well.
Yeah, we talked about Gage at the beginning of the season. I'm excited. I'm starting to see different ways to get him the ball. He's got such lightning speed, and he can turn on the quickness just like that. And I think it's for Coach Cantwell to figure out ways to get him that ball, whether it's right behind the line, these little short outs, but definitely need to get in his hands a little bit more.
We talk about the defense. We got Braden Babin leading the team with 16 tackles, but we talked about before Isaac Satterfield. What a year he has had so far in just gelling that defense from the free safety. He has 11 tackles himself.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job. Tough position coming in. Milton Wright just anchored that, for 4 years, and then for Isaac Satterfield to come in here new to the school and the team, and man, he stepped right in, and he's doing a great job back there. As you said, he's the last guy. He can see everything happening, but he loves with the power and the speed he comes up to make those tackles.
And tonight we got one of those great stories kicking off for the Centurions. Dylan Cornett, the winner of the Chick-fil-A contest a couple of weeks ago. He kicked some long field goals. Coach Cantwell went and signed him right afterwards, said come out and play football, and he is eligible tonight, and he's going to be doing the kicking duties and maybe field goals. Barrickman will still be doing extra points, it looks like.
Yeah, we probably need to give Chick-fil-A a lot more mentions because in the last couple of years we have found a lot of players out of that competition.
That we have. As soon as I can see the numbers, I'll find out who's returning. It looks like James DeWitt is back, and the other one is going to be Christian Rice, 2 of the top receivers for this Eastern team. Dylan Cornett getting ready to have his first kickoff of his career, the sophomore soccer player.
See how this feels a little different than Chick-fil-A contest.
He approaches the ball high up in the air, taken at the 20 by Rice. Cuts back to the left side. He's got a hole, and he's going to be brought down. Two flags go down. Brought down by Gage Guerin about the 40. Rice took that about the 20 at a big return, but it's going to be called back, I believe.
Yeah, I got 2 flags, one about 28, one about 31. It's probably the same holding call. It's either a block in the back or holding, so we'll get the call from the referee, and it is holding against the Eagles. So that will push it back a little bit after a really good return, actually.
So that's going to take the ball back. It looks like to about the, now they're moving up. Boy, that's going to hurt them. They're going from the 40 all the way back to the 18-yard line. That's farther back from where he caught the ball originally.
Yeah, exactly. So good for the Centurion defense. Going to come out here strong. Already got the Eagles back behind the 20-yard line.
Eli Scott is the sophomore quarterback for this team. We'll tell you who's in the backfield as soon as we can see their numbers. They do not have their numbers on their shoulders, so we got to get a front or a back view of them. And he's going to hand off. Nope, Eli Scott's going to keep it. Fake. He's going to go up the middle. Will Parr is going to bring him down after about a 4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Eagles.
Yeah, Parr was in there. It was just he's trying to read it as he put it in his running back and thought he was going to hand it off, and this last second decided to keep it and try to get up in that hole. Closed up really quickly there by Parr as well as Jake Taylor.
That is Tavon Moore is the running back with Scott. Boy, he held that ball till the very last second. DeWitt is split out to the left side. To the right is going to be Christian Rice along with Benjamin Warfield. Another receiver split out to the right. Also, Moore flips to the left side of Scott, and there's going to be
a
false start.
Yep.
On Eastern, so they have their first penalty of the night. Justin Blanford in his 4th year at Eastern, 13 and 23 over that 3-year period and 2 games into this season.
Tell you, the Centurion defensive front has played so well first 2 games. I got John Young in there, Menrath, Parr, and I believe that's Dupes on the other end. They've just done a fantastic job. And those O-linemen know it too. They come off the ball so quick. Those O-linemen got a little head start there.
It's going to make it 7 and 11, and we've got some officials coming over to see Coach Cantwell. Coach Cantwell talking to somebody in the box, doesn't know they're coming over to him. Now when the assistant coach says, hey, the officials want to talk to you.
Might be a little clock issue maybe here.
It looks like they're trying to talk to somebody up here. I'm not sure who. Oh, it could be because there was 14-11 left and we only played 12-minute quarters.
That could
so
be
the
it.
clock was going backwards. So a big laugh by the officials.
No, a lot of these guys want to play college, but just a little too soon.
A little too soon. 11-11 left here in the first quarter. Eastern with the ball, 2nd and 11. Scott in the shotgun, has Moore just behind him. Now he moves to his left side. Back to pass to Scott. Throws it outside. Going to be incomplete through the hands of Aiden Lewis. Braden Babin on the coverage.
Actually, a good route there by Lewis. Just ball literally just went through his hands just above his head. Falls harmlessly, so brings up this 3rd down for the Centurion defense.
And this Centurion defense has thrived in these 3rd and long situations.
Well, I mean, it's such a great option to put this offense in because now your D-line can just take off, and then Coach Riley does a good job of picking and choosing when he wants to send those linebackers on a blitz.
Trips to the right, 1 receiver left for Eastern. Scott in the shotgun, in motion. And handoff goes to the outside. He's not going to get close to the first down. Christian Rice on that run. He may pick up a yard, and that'll bring in a punting situation for Eastern.
Yeah, Jake Taylor, inside linebacker, read that really well. And actually, before he could even turn the corner, Jake made contact with the running back and brought him down.
So ball's going to be set at the 17. So net 1 yard loss in that series for Eastern.
The Centurions should get really good field position out of this punt.
Leaper and Guerin both back for the Centurions. We've not seen a double
it's only been one
back formation. I'm trying to see who the punter is for this team. Cannot make his number out. And that ball's going to bounce into the end zone. Here comes some pressure.
Can't quite get it up.
And he's going to get the kick away. Centurions were setting up for the return.
I have no idea how they're going to mark this ball. Looks like the official is standing about the 11-yard line where he believes it went out of bounds.
So the ball went through the hands. It was a low snap. Centurions were not rushing for the block. I believe the punter was number 8, Daniel Franklin, and the only person that was rushing for the Centurions was Will Minrath.
Well, and I think Will was actually setting up for a block and then realized what happened. He took off running, and then him and the punter kind of got there about the same time. The guy tried to kick it out, but great field position here for Centurions.
Centurions will pick up a -6 on that punt for Eastern. Centurions ball at the 11-yard line. Sabatino at the controls, Babin in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Babin. Tries to go around the right side. We're going to have a flag thrown. And to the ground goes Babin. There's going to be no pickup there.
Yeah.
Flag is down.
Looking at who threw the flag and where. Looks like it's probably going to be holding on this call. Nope, chop block.
Chop block on the Centurions, so penalty goes against them. So they had great field position on the Eastern 11. It was amazing. Franklin even got that punt away. He punted from the very back of the end zone.
Yeah, without stepping out.
So that's going to bring the ball all the way back to the 27-yard line. So 15-yard penalty, and Centurions will have 1st and 25 from the 27. Leaper splits to the short right side. Guerin and Kevin King come out left. Sabatino in the shotgun. Leaper in motion. Sabatino rolls to the left, looking.
Right open in the middle. There
goes right across the middle. Kevin King, his first catch of the year, I believe. And Eastern had watched some film, saw he loves to go to Leaper, and everybody went that way, and King was wide open in the middle.
Yeah, good route by King. Everyone else went to the outside. King kind of took just about 6-7 yards, turned to the inside. Nice find by Sabatino on his first completion.
4-yard gain down to the 23, makes it 2nd and 20. Really about 2nd and 21 or 22, I believe. This time into the game is Mackay Mays. He splits right with Guerin. Leaper to the left side. Sabatino under center. Babin in the backfield. Play action. Sabatino looking. Here comes pressure.
Wide
Throws
open.
the pass.
Oh, my goodness. What a great play.
And Babin is not happy. He was wide open. The pass was led him a little bit too far, and he couldn't grab it. But a ball, I'm sure you talked to Babin, he'll say he should have had it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Sabatino kind of came around, and what he does is sells it to the right. And Babin comes out to the left, sneaks behind the line. But he couldn't set his feet. He was getting pressure on his backside. So when he turned around, the Eastern player was right there. So he just kind of had to get what he could on it. And it just wasn't enough power to get it out to Babin.
Andrew Dupes in the game for that tight end position.
Long third down here.
Leaper splits right. Mays to the left. Double tight end. Babin the lone back with Sabatino under center. In motion goes Mays. Fakes the handoff, looking. Now Sabatino's going to have to run. Sabatino's going to be brought down. So it's going to be about a 3-yard loss. Landon Noakes with the tackle.
Yeah, he felt pressure. Sabatino tried to step up into the pocket, but at that point it had collapsed way too much, and Noakes was able to bring him down.
You know, pregame, Darren, you talked about, we didn't dwell on it, but potentially looking too far forward. Centurions, 2 big games after this one.
Yep.
The game's against Ballard and at Boyle County. But you got to take care of business here, and it is 4th down and super long. Centurions going for it. Mays goes right, Leaper left.
Got some one-on-one coverage at the top there.
Surprisingly, Eastern not playing very deep. They're right up on the line. Sabatino rolls right. Here comes pressure. He's going to lob it in the air. It's going to be knocked down on the far side by Rice. And Eastern will take over.
Yeah, now you get the whole Eastern sideline. They're excited now. That they didn't feel so good after that first offensive series, but making a stop there and actually pushing the Centurions backwards. Put a little more pep in their step.
So Eastern will take over at the their own 26. So this has just been a little weird. Eastern started on their own 18, punted from their 17. Centurions took over on the 11, and they give it back to Eastern on their 26. So Eastern has gained 8 yards in this whole thing.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Well, I guess I should say a whole lot of action within these 10, 15 yards here.
Scott in the shotgun has more behind him. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left for Eastern. Scott back to pass, looking left. Right man. Through the hands out there of DeWitt. DeWitt looked like he may have thought he was going to get hit and let it go right through his hands.
Yeah, that's 2 that's gone right through his hands on just a little bit of high pass. Actually, decent throw. He was sitting right there in the seam, but can't make the connection.
Eli Scott, just a sophomore, has got a good arm. He's on the year. He is 11 of 33 for 197 yards. He is averaging 17 yards a reception. 2nd and 10. Scott back to pass again. Looking across the middle. Now he dumps it down low. Let him just a little too far, going for James DeWitt again. And incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, nice route by DeWitt and plenty of time for the QB. He had hardly any pressure at the offensive line for Eastern. Did a great job that time. Just couldn't make the connection.
3rd and 10 from the 26. Eastern has only run the ball. I guess they ran it twice in that first series. Have not run the ball in this series. It is 3rd and 10. Trips to the right. One receiver left.
Here comes the blitz.
Here comes some pressure. Scott ggets rid of it.
Oh.
Wide open across the middle. Is going to be a completion to Aiden Lewis and a first down into Centurion territory down to the 40-yard line of the Centurions.
Centurions are playing a zone there on that long 3rd down, and I tell you, he did a great job finding a receiver coming across there. Stepped in, made a nice catch that time. Big play by Eastern. Centurions brought the blitz with Babin. He just couldn't get there in time.
1st and 10 for Eastern in Centurion territory with that first down on the 40. Looking over at Coach Blandford for the call. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Scott always starts in a shotgun. Moore always starts beside him. And Scott tells him which side to go to. This time to the right. Scott going to keep it on the run. Tries to go around to the left side. It's going to be run out of bounds, but about a 5-yard pickup it looks like there.
Yeah, it almost looked like a busted play there. He went to turn and just then took off to the weak side. Actually, as you said, picked up about 4 yards.
4 yard. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Eagles.
Scott's looking a lot more comfortable out there last couple of plays.
A big back in the game now, number 86. Giovanni Axabal in the backfield, joining Moore as they flank Scott on both sides. Scott, hand off. Nope, Scott's going to keep it after the fake. Cuts back up the middle, and he's going to be close to the first down. I think he got it. He took a hit, but powered his way forward to get the first down just across the 30.
Yeah, Jake Taylor was there. Baskin, who had a really good game last year, was there as well. Last week. But does pick up the first down. 2 good runs there by Scott.
Ball on the 29, 1st and 10. Scott goes under center for the first time with the backfield of Moore and Axabal. Scott, hand off to Moore. Hits a hole, takes a shot from Satterfield, but still gets about a 5-yard gain on the play.
I tell you, ever since the Eagles got that stop on the Centurions when they were down in their area of the field, the whole Cowtons or whatever, the Eastern has really changed. Now they got this big pass play, got down here, and this offensive line is really starting to fire off. The Eagles are very excited.
A very big offensive line, we should say. There's some serious beef on that front line. Scott under center again. Axabal and Moore in the backfield. 2nd and 5 for Eastern this time. Back to pass, looking, quick drop, goes across the middle, going to be complete out there to DeWitt. And he's going to have another first down to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, just about 4 yards and split to the inside, and nice throw there by Scott. Actually, we have a player down right now. But good throw, good catch, big pickup for the Eagles.
Eastern Eagle player is down. It's 80-something. So there's a timeout on the field here.
I believe that was the fullback. While we have the opportunity, we do want to mention Christian Academy thanking our athletic trainer from Court, the best in rehab, for being the official sports medicine and rehabilitation provider for the Centurions. We'd also like to recognize Dr. Shaper with Ellison Bottenhauser for volunteering his time this season. Court has several convenient locations throughout Louisville, Lexington, and southern Indiana, and offers the best in physical and occupational therapy, as well as sports medicine coverage to local high schools, colleges, and community organizations. Visit Court on the web at www.court.com. Court, the best in rehab.
That is Giovanni Axabal, the fullback for this Eastern team, being helped off the court. Looks like he isn't off the court. I'm thinking the court trainers. The court trainers are helping him off the field. And he is not putting any weight on that left.
Young man's going to be all right. We'll see him a little bit later in the game. But
it is 1st and 10 for Eastern at the Centurion 12. A major threat here.
Yeah, it's been a big offensive series here for Eastern. Started by that pass from Scott down to, I believe it wasn't at Lewis that he completed to.
Out come the Eagles.
This defense needs to tighten up a little bit here.
Warfield splits out right, joined by Lewis, who made that big catch. He switches over to the left side now. DeWitt split out to the left. Scott under center again, and we're going to have a whistle. Riker Matthews is the new fullback. He joins Moore in the backfield. And looks like maybe there were 12 players on the field. Hayden Lewis goes walking off the field after the flag.
Yeah, once they lined up with 12, that was a penalty thrown.
So major break for the Centurions here as that makes it 1st and 15. Ball's going to be at the 17-yard line. DeWitt splits out to the left side. Warfield splits out to the right side. Scott under center. Hands off to Moore. He's met at the line, stays up, but then coming in to finish him off.
I think Babin was the first one to make contact there.
For the Centurions, Jake Taylor.
So the linebackers doing their job there. Got in, make contact really quick. Made that a quick stop.
.5:03 to go here in the first quarter. Eastern took the ball over in this drive at the 8:10 mark. They've had the ball over 3 minutes, and right now it's 2nd and 15. No gain on that play. Scott had been in the shotgun the whole game until they got down around the 30-yard line of the Centurions. He's back to pass. Quick drop, throws it to the right side. Got it. Warfield in the end zone. Touchdown. Warfield got behind the corner, and Scott put a perfect pass in the corner to Benjamin Warfield.
Telling you, great throw by Scott. He was an impressive quarterback on this series. Did all the right plays, made good decisions, completed 3 big pass plays, ran the ball twice to the left side, pick up first down, keep the drive going. And as you said, that was a perfect pass to him.
So Eli Scott gets the touchdown pass. That is Scott's 2nd touchdown pass of the year.
Going for 2.
They're going for 2, but that's going to be stopped.
Nice read there.
Good read by the Centurions. I believe it was Babin on the tackle.
It was actually Jacob Sutherland.
Jacob Sutherland on the tackle as Pierce Humpick was trying to get the ball in, but no good on the extra point. But a TD nonetheless, and Eastern takes the lead, the first points against the Centurions this year.
Yeah, exactly. And just a well-designed series there by Eastern. I tell you, they're excited. They got a huge student section tonight, and they have really got behind this team, and team's feeding off of them, and they did. They had a nice long drive there all the way down the field against this vaulted Centurion defense.
So that was a 74-yard drive for Eastern. It took about 3 minutes and 30 seconds. They took off the clock, and there was a number of plays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A 9-play drive for Eastern. So Eastern now will go to kickoff. Centurions will receive for the first time. And you're right, that Eastern fans and team are fired up. I mean, they have been decimated this year. Got to beat 27-12 by Oldham County. I guess they're not decimated, but South Oldham handled them 49-7 last week. So Daniel Franklin in to do the kicking. Back for the Centurions will be Guerin and Leeper. They're going to both set up about the 10-yard line.
Well, special teams played really well last week. Let's see if they can kind of get the Centurions going here.
And if I'm Eastern team and hadn't won this year and get a touchdown, I would onside kick in a minute right now.
And I guarantee
see if I could catch them.
Yeah, and you guarantee they know Centurions are 17-0, state champions, have won this series 6-0. they're in for this game. They're ready.
Franklin, a left-footed kicker. And it's going to be a short squib. Takes a nice high hop. Going to be grabbed on the far side. And coming back, going to be a good return all the way across the 40 to the 44 by Brant Babin. So Babin took it about the 27, got up to the 44, and the Centurions will start with great field position.
I'll just give you an idea on that play there. Here's a great return, good field position here for Centurions. What the Eagles were all excited about is the kicker made the tackle. Their sidelines just ran to the guy and just gave him high fives, picking him up off the ground.
So Centurions will take it over on their 45. And the first series did not bring a whole lot of anything except a turnover on downs. So Centurions need to get some first downs here.
See if we can get situated, see if we can get this running game going. 2
receivers left, 1 right. Sabatino under center. Handoff goes to Zimmer. He's got some room across the 50, across the 45, 40 down to the 35. Finally brought down. Christian Rice was the last man, but Zimmer dragged a couple of players with him, including Pierce Humpick.
Great job there. Cut up the field. He's great about cutting to the outside, but that time saw how the inside opened up. Their safety wasn't there. And, man, he made a great decision, got upfield. Big pickup there for Zimmer.
1st and 10 from the 33 of Eastern. Leeper and Guerin go to the right. Kevin King to the left side. Zimmer the lone back again. Zimmer gets it again, right side this time. Cuts back up the middle. He's going to get to about the 30-yard line before he stopped. That'll be a pickup of 2.
Not bad. Still positive play there on first down. Actually, I think that time he could have kept it outside a little bit more. He had a good block out there by Henry Fetter from his center position. Had gone down the line. I think he'd sealed the linebacker.
So it'll be 2nd and 7. They give him a 3-yard gain. It looks like a 2-yard gain when I'm looking at it from here, though. We're going to say 2nd and 8. Guerin and King go to the left side this time with Leeper right. Sabatino stays under center. Hand off to Zimmer again, and he is smacked and goes down in the backfield. Riker Matthews with the big hit.
Yeah, that was a big hit by Matthews. Hit him right around the shoulders, and that's a stout young man there. Knocked Zimmer right off his feet.
It'll be 3rd and 10, make it a 2-yard loss for Zimmer.
Settle down, see if we make a good first down here.
Sabatino gets the call from the side. 3:13 to go in the first quarter. Mike Botello, Darren Long with the action for you. Guerin and King to the left, Leeper to the right. Sabatino in the shotgun with Zimmer to his right. Back to pass.
Got time.
Throws in the middle. Got a man. Kevin King with the catch. Hangs on.
Nice job.
Great catch and holding on to it by Kevin King as he took a shot from James DeWitt.
Beautiful pass by Sabatino. Led him perfectly. Had the right arch on it. King got his first catch a few minutes ago, and that's a big second one he just got.
The ball's going to be 1st and goal at the 9. Great pass by Sabatino right in the hands of King, and, man, he took a shot. King stays in. He's on the left side. Guerin and Leeper to the right. Zimmer in the backfield. Sabatino goes back under center. Hand off to Zimmer. Big hole in the right. Cuts back up.
He's in.
Cuts to the right. Is it a touchdown?
Yes, it is.
Touchdown, Centurion. Zimmer with his 3rd touchdown of the year on a 9-yard run.
There's that offensive line. Great job there, right up the middle. Zimmer made a good decision this time again as he cut up the middle. Took the tackle, but was able to get his momentum over the goal line. Nice play there.
So the Centurions looked like an entirely different team that time. And Dylan Cornett in for the extra point. So the sophomore soccer player in for the first time, and
blocked.
The kick was blocked. So the big rush came in. Couldn't get the ball away, and we are tied at 6-6. With 2:35 to go in the first quarter.
Well, you said that was a good drive there. Big first down, started with Zimmer on that big run he had up the middle. Then just a 2-yard gain. Then a couple, big plays there, especially by the linebacker for Eastern. Brought up that 3rd and 11, and then just that beautiful pass by Sabatino, then another run by Zimmer. Wow, that's a good series right there to get this game tied.
A 55-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 1 second and 5 plays for the Centurions, capped off by that 9-yard run by Harrison Zimmer. 2:35 to go here in the first quarter. And boy, what looked like an entirely different team on offense that time.
And we needed that. We needed to come back. And, you know, momentum's it's a strange character when it gets into a ball game. You never know how it's going to go, how it's going to be affected, and who can steal it back. And Eastern had a great series last time, came down, scored. Centurions came back out, answered that. So now let's see if that Centurion defense can pick up their momentum a little bit and see if we can stop this Eastern team.
Christian Rice, James DeWitt back for Eastern. Dylan Cornett to do the kicking duties. He approaches the ball. It's going to be a line drive kick, going to take a bounce. Rice able to block it and then catch it. Tries to get out to the left side, and he's going to get back to the 30. Brought down out there for the Centurions by Gregory Gitcher.
Yeah, good job there. Pretty good field position here for Eastern. Now, Eastern got really comfortable in their passing game, made a couple, 3 huge pass plays. So it looks like they found something they want to try to exploit on Centurion defense. So we got to get that front four, see if we can get some pressure, maybe mix in a little bit.
Eastern takes over on their own 31, 1st and 10. Eli Scott will be in the shotgun with Moore right behind him. Back in that shotgun, they seem to we got a timeout by the Centurions. So they saw something they did not like on the defensive side of the ball, and Coach Cantwell calls a timeout. It looks like so far if they're in their own territory, Eastern goes with the shotgun. They get into the Centurion territory, they go under center.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they have some of the exact same. They'd like to do a lot of things out of the same formation, bringing that running back, but then they start adding a tight end or a fullback that last series, as you said, as they crossed midfield, and got a couple of nice running plays out of it. Well, we have the time, Mike. Let's talk about if you got any plans for a family gathering, maybe a tailgate or something else with friends this fall. Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe can cater your next event, providing fresh and delicious options. All recipes at Taziki's are made daily and inspired by Mediterranean cuisine. Their catering menu features their famous signature pasta, grilled roll-ups, hummus appetizers, healthy sides, salads, and desserts. They can also create Taziki's feasts for families on the go. Visit Taziki's restaurants in Middletown or St. Matthews. To learn more about Taziki's, visit tazikiscafe.com.
And I will tell you, the main course is really good there, but that chocolate cake at the end of dinner is to die for. Very, very good. Being the dessert connoisseur that I am. We're back to action here, 1st and 10 at the 31. Eli Scott, the sophomore, has been impressive so far this evening in the shotgun. Looks like they're changing the call. Moore right behind him, now moves to the left side. A lot of time being taken here, and Moore's going to get the handoff. He's going to power his way up the middle to about the 33-yard line.
Baskin on the stop there. Also coming in, Brant Babin from the outside linebacker position.
They're going to mark it at the 34. It'll be 2nd and 7. DeWitt is split out to the left side along with Warfield. Rice and Lewis to the right side. Scott going to pass. Quick outlet right through the hands of Aiden Lewis. So I tell you, Scott would have a lot more completions of his receivers who just hang on to the ball.
Exactly.
It's like 3 drop passes tonight.
Yeah, he's made some nice throws. That just a little quick throw, trying to get it out in the flat and maybe a one-on-one situation, but right through his hands.
So 3rd and 7, last third down this team had. They completed about a 35-yard pass in between the area of the zone. So it's 3rd and 7 now. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Scott fires a pass, going to be complete for a first down, going for his big target over there, Benjamin Warfield, and has another first down.
Yeah, Scott reads it really well. What he tries to do is get one of his outside receivers to take the inside route, and it's been very successful, especially on that left side.
Make it 1st and 10. Ball now at the 46 on the Eagles side of the field. 1:36 to go here in the first quarter. We are all tied at 6-6. Scott in the shotgun, has Moore to his right this time. In motion goes Rice. Rice gets the handoff, trying to sweep out to the right side. And Babin with the tackle throws Rice for about a 2-yard loss.
Read that really well. Saw that jet sweep coming around, and Babin read it from that inside linebacker position and shot the gap. Met him right there before he could make the turn.
Make it a 3-yard loss back to the 43-yard line.
Other than the big pass play, the Centurion defense has held up pretty well against the run, other than the 1 or 2 quarterback runs by Scott.
Scott back in that shotgun, 2nd and 13. Takes the snap.
Comes the blitz.
Quick drop, quick pass, going to be dropped another drop pass right in the hands of James DeWitt. A little behind him, looked like he started to run a little too quickly. Another incomplete pass.
Yeah, that's what we like to see, though. Big John Young got right up the middle and got his big paws up in Scott's face. He had to throw that a little faster than he wanted to, but still almost made a great completion.
Make it 3rd and 13 for Eastern. Eastern has been successful on their 2 latest 3rd down plays.
All right, let's pick up these receivers, see if we can not allow them the inside seams.
Warfield with a nice inside route last time. That big body blocked off any chance of knocking it away.
Comes a blitz again from the outside.
Scott looking, has time across the middle.
Oh.
Knocked out of the hands. It was in the hands of Christian Rice. It bobbled just a little bit, and then knocking it out of his hands was Sutherland. And that'll bring up a 4th down situation.
Still a good read there by Scott. Sutherland just made a great play. Broke on the ball from the inside and knocked it out.
31 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Eastern made it to their own 43. Back to punt as Daniel Franklin sets up at his 29. Leaper and Guerin, the duo, back at about the Centurion 23-yard line.
After that missed snap last time, see if Centurions put on some pressure here.
Nice snap this time. Gets the punt away. It's a nice
hit.
punt. Leaper's got to go back. Takes it and now lets it go. And it's going to go to the end zone. Man, that was
it's close.
If I had a replay, I would maybe challenge that one to make sure it didn't hurt his foot. But it's going to go to the end zone, and the Centurions will get it at their own 20. That was very close.
And I'm actually watching the replay. Oh, he Luke did a good job. He got his hands back in time.
Pulled his foot back just at the last second, so Centurions will get it on the 20. Nice punt by Franklin.
Huge punt.
That ball, they were at their own 43. So that ball traveled 57 yards. I guess net, that would make it 37. So Centurions will take over on their own 20 with 24 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. We all tied at 6. King splits left. Leaper and Guerin to the right. Guerin in the slot. Zimmer still the running back. Zimmer's going to get the ball. Tries to go outside. He's got some room across the 30, 35.
Good
coming back to the 40, 50. He's got one man to beat, and he's going to beat him. Harrison Zimmer, touchdown number 4 of the year, but this one an 80-yarder. No flag. Centurions go up, and you said it, Darren. He is reading his open spots as well as anything.
Yeah, he came around that corner, got a good block, and then, man, he read it, cut back to the middle, actually slowed up just for a second to get one more block. Great read, and then he found that outside, and once he got outside, I knew there was nobody going to catch him. What a great run there by Harrison Zimmer.
Now, that was a 14-second possession for the Centurions, so Dylan Cornett in for his 2nd extra point attempt. The first one was blocked. Got a little delay here for some reason. Well, looks like the official dropped his flag. Had to go back and get it.
Go back and get it, yeah.
Cornett, the kick. Masters is the holder. This kick is up, and this one is up, and this one is good.
It had plenty of distance, Mike.
It had plenty of distance.
It landed on the other side of the track there, but great job.
So extra point is good. Centurions go up 13-6. And this is the Centurions we like to see.
Yeah, it's been interesting this year. Last year we were so used to these quick drives. I mean, where the Centurions would score on 1 or 2 plays just like that, and it would just crush the defense. Our first 2 games we've seen more of longer type drives. We haven't seen that big play, and there it is right now. It's nice to see it come back there at the end of the 1st quarter. So
a 1-play, 14-second drive for the Centurions that covered 80 yards, all on that Harrison Zimmer. Zimmer, 4 touchdowns on the year right now.
Fantastic. What a two-headed beast the Centurions have here at running back between Babin and Zimmer.
Happy to be able to bring you the game tonight on livesportscaster.com. Mike Botello, Darren Long.
Hey, it's a Aloha night here. We're talking about the big fan support over there by Eastern. Look down our sidelines here, and the students were out tailgating, and see lots of Lays tonight, and swimming pool noodles and everything else, beach balls. They're just having a good time down there.
Well, that is great. And now the Centurions are having a good time as they got their first lead of the evening. Back for the Eagles are going to be DeWitt and Rice. That is James DeWitt. He has a brother on the team, Jacob DeWitt. Cornett is kind of giving low line drive kicks that have been taken about the 22-yard line. Rice has got a running jump on him. This side, time he's going to the other side to DeWitt. He's going to take it about the 15. He's across the 20, 25, and he's going to be engulfed over there. Who else?
Jake Taylor.
Jake Taylor and Braden Babin both in on that.
Yep. I think Nate Dobbs got there as well. Nate's had some really nice plays on special teams this year.
So we have 4 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Time for one play to end this quarter. Centurions with a 13-6 lead. So now that eastern side a little quieter than
Just
it was early
bit,
in the game.
I mean, those big plays they can – we're talking about momentum this quarter, and a big play like that can really suck it out of you really quick. But it's time for this offense to come out, and Scott's played a great game, the great first quarter. See if he can keep it going here on this next possession by the Eagles.
Ball on the 26-yard line for the Eagles. Scott in that shotgun has trips to the right. A sophomore quarterback, we're going to see a lot more of him over these next 2 years. He's looking to pass. He throws it out the side to Rice, and Rice going to be hit not too much longer after he gets it. Gage Guerin with a how do you do, but Rice picked up 5 yards on it.
Yeah, nice throw there. That's a long throw from that far hash that Scott had. Wide open, but Guerin read it quick, closed quick with that quickness that he has, and made the hit. Nice, pretty play there. But good pickup there, 5-6 yards there for the Eagles, and that will end the first quarter, as Mike said.
Coming in the first quarter, Centurions up 13-6.
E-News is Cal's online newsletter that allows fans, parents, and supporters of Cal Athletics to keep up with the latest news in Cal sports. E-News is distributed weekly and includes sports from elementary, middle, and high school from all of Cal's Kentucky campuses. For questions, please feel free to contact us at enews@caschools.us, or you can subscribe by visiting our website at caschools.us /Centurion-Athletics. Another great way, one of my favorite, is Twitter. Follow Cal Athletics on Twitter for Centurion Athletic news and game updates. Cal Athletics at Centurion AD. And that one's great, Mike, because you get updates all during the game and can keep up with all the sports that happen up here. 5 or 6 games a night, actually.
The girls' soccer team being introduced right now. I believe they're undefeated on the year, aren't they? Big. I know they're ranked number 5 in the state. Big win over Sacred Heart earlier this year.
Yeah, they are 4-0, and then they have 2 ties. They held on to their undefeated status this week with a 5-0 win last night versus Providence over in southern Indiana. The team will travel to Jessamine County tomorrow night to take on West Jessamine High School, and they have just had an incredible season, getting a lot of press right now, as they should, with Coach Zutt having one of his better teams this season.
How long has he been here as coach? Do you know?
Yeah, I knew you were going to ask me that.
He was here when you were AD, right?
He was here before I was, actually, so it's been at least, I'm going to go probably right about 14 years.
He has done an amazing job with this team. Every single year he does a great job. I know he took Brad Morgan, not you. Brad Morgan, the current AD. He didn't take you anywhere. Brad Morgan, Jennifer Roberts. They go on some mission trips with team. The girls' soccer team went to Costa Rica
fantastic.
A couple of years ago for a great mission trip for that team.
Just talking to Brad about that and just them be able to pour into the girls. And, I mean, it's all about the girls. He does a fantastic job. And I tell you, it doesn't matter what sport you coach. I would always send young coaches to watch Coach Zutt's practices. They're so well organized, and he doesn't waste a minute.
2nd and 5 here. Scott fakes the handoff, keeps it, and he's gonna get the first down. Went to the right side. Babin with the takedown. Brant Babin, he comes up a little slow.
Hey, Brant's been he's been getting up slow the last couple of times. He was able to hold on to make that tackle. It was a good fake by Scott.
He did not make quite far enough for the first down. It was going to be third and probably half a yard as the ball's just north of the 35-yard line. Scott stays in that shotgun. Now he puts Moore up in the slot to the left, and Scott's going to go up center. And he's going to keep it for the sneak. I'm not sure if he got it.
Yeah, they got it.
He called
it. He called it quick, too.
So first down on the quarterback sneak by Scott. And so Eastern, a number of first downs tonight. Get another one, and they're going to place the ball at the 31-yard line, 1st and 10.
Good call there by Scott. Empty the backfield, then wait till the last second, go up under center. He taps the center which way he wants to go, and pick up the first down.
I tell you, we were talking before the game, this is a very young Eastern team. And Eli Scott, a sophomore, played in 6 games at quarterback last year, is the quarterback this year for this Eagles team. Takes the snap, a little high snap, able to get it, fires out to the right side, going long, going to be incomplete pass out there, going long for Lewis, and Gage Guerin step for step with him.
Yeah, great job. That's where Guerin's speed came in really well. Turned to find the ball as well. Great play. I tell you, the offensive line, I keyed on them that time watching, and they're doing a great job against that Centurion front four. They're giving Scott plenty of time and making a nice pocket for him.
It'll be 2nd and 10. Moore stays in the backfield with Scott. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Moore steps up to the left side. Scott going to fakes to the right. Now looking, finally gets it out and just going to throw it away.
Good decision there.
So smart play by Scott. He faked a pass originally, then started to roll to his right and just threw it out of bounds. It'll be 3rd down.
Tell you, Babin and Parr were both back there. I think they end up hitting each other. As Scott, I mean, they shook each other up a little bit there, but they're both up, ready to go.
So 3rd and 10. This is where the Centurions want them. Eastern has been very good against the blitz so far.
They've done a really nice job, and Coach Riley's trying to mix it in from some different areas.
2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right for the Eagles. Scott takes the snap, looking right, throws it, sidearm pass, going to be incomplete. In and out of the hands of Christian Rice. He had the first down, but just couldn't hold on to it.
I think we may have a roughing the passer here call as well on the Centurions.
And it looks like it's going to be roughing the passer. And boy, that is just a shame.
Yeah, got him off the field, and
that's going to give them the first down.
Scott was backing up when he made that throw, and I think they just felt like John Young just took one step too many there.
So that's going to be a first down. It takes away a punt situation and puts the ball into Centurion territory. 1st and 10 at the 49 of the Centurions.
All right, so another one of these longer drives here by the Eagles.
They took the ball at the end of the 2nd quarter. They have had it for nearly, I guess it's just been a minute and a half of that clock stopping for the incomplete passes. But it seems much longer, and Scott's going to keep it this time, and he's going to be engulfed. Andrew Dupes and John Young right there to meet him. And that did not fool the Centurions at all.
Yeah, they read that really well, and unfortunately Scott had to take the full weight of John Young on that play.
2-yard loss. It'll make it 2nd and 12.
Centurion defense, that's what you want. You want to get that offensive team you're playing against behind the stakes there, so to speak. Brings up long 2nd and 3rd downs.
Scott gets the call. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Got time. Now he's rolling out to the left, looking, fakes the throw. Now he's going to keep it and run, and Dupes right there to meet him again. He maybe got a yard or back to the original line of scrimmage, but Andrew Dupes was 2 straight big hits.
Yeah, big coverage. Great coverage there by Centurion secondary. Scott gets up, shaking up a little bit. He took a big hit there. He wanted to throw it away. I thought he was just going to throw it away and get ready for 3rd down, but instead he decided he'd try to make a run out of it. Man, he paid for it.
My guess is if he sees Andrew Dupes again, he'll throw it away.
Yeah. Yeah, much better pressure. Great job by secondary for the Centurions that time.
So make it 3rd and 10. Ball's back to that original line of scrimmage at the, well, I guess they got it at the 48, so it's 3rd and 9.
All right, let's get off the field here.
Ball on the left hash mark, 2 receivers to the left, 2 split out to the right, and we're going to have a timeout by Coach Blanford and the Eagles to talk it over on this 3rd and 9 play with 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 13-6, Centurions with the lead.
Well, one of the things that Mike can really be an expert on is some of the items we have in the Centurion Armory. It's Cal's retail store with a full line of clothing, accessories, and merchandise for every Centurion fan. The Armory is open Tuesday through Fridays from 2:30 to 4 o'clock until 7 o'clock at all home football games. If you've never been in there, you need to get in there. It's in the portable just outside the gym. It's fantastic. What I love about that is they kind of change up the clothing and accessories and what they have to offer every couple weeks, so you can always get in there and find something new.
Tricia Poland does a great job in there and lots of great items to go choose from to come to these football games in your Cal football apparel.
Yep. If you don't have anything in red, white, and blue, you need all 3. So you need to get in there and get it. Just depends on what night they're going to call that night. You'll be ready.
Exactly. Centurions back in action next week in the home game as they take on another 6A Power in Ballard. Ballard currently, I believe, ranked 7th in 6A, 7th or 8th.
Fantastic.
In 6A. And then Centurions on the road the following against the number 1 ranked 4A team in Boyle County. But they got business to take care of here tonight. Only had 13-6 against an Eastern team. It's looking a lot better than an 0-2 record. So we are 3rd and 9 for the Eagles. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Eli Scott has had an impressive showing tonight, the sophomore quarterback for the Eagles. Back to pass, straight drop back, fires to the side, going to be complete.
Oh, he got it.
Breaking a tackle and getting the first down is going to be James DeWitt. He broke about 2 tackles, caught the ball about 2 yards short of the first down, but able to break tackles and get the first down.
Good throw there by Scott. Once again, DeWitt ran that little out pattern, had a clear for him from the inside receiver, and then he just, that's 1, 2, 3 tackles he got past to pick up that first down. Also notice Centurions made a little defensive adjustment. They've gone to 3 down linemen and gotten them in close and tight and stood up the defensive end and backed them up more like an outside linebacker. And I think they're just alternating where they're bringing the blitzes. 1st
and 10 for the Eagles. Scott hands off to Moore this time. He slips. Maybe gets back. I guess going to make about a yard on that play down to the 30, it looks like. Yep, they're going to mark it at the 31, so no gain, 2nd and 10.
Good play by Dupes and Parr, both coming from both sides there.
Andrew Dupes, we keep calling his name a lot tonight.
Yeah, and that's where they've lined Dupes up. He's gone from off the line, or he's from being on the line, he's back about 2 or 3 yards trying to get a full running start there, and they're blitzing him or dropping him in coverage. Nice to see how they're using him.
2 receivers right, 2 to the left again. Same formation for the Eastern Eagles. We have 8 minutes exactly to go here in the first half. 13-6 Centurions, and we got flags, illegal motion, I believe, or
delay a game
on Eastern. So break for the Centurions.
They've cutting it down pretty close a couple of times. I've watched that back judge, and he'll get that arm up under 5 and start counting. They've gotten it off once or twice right before he blows the whistle. That time they didn't quite make it.
That moves it back to the 36. It'll be 2nd and 15 now for Eastern.
All right, got Dupes back up on the line. 3-point stance, going back to a 4-man front.
2 to the right, 2 to the left. Scott in the shotgun with Moore. Goes to his left side this time. Scott
Good
back.
pressure.
Here comes the pressure. He gets rid of it right across the middle to Christian Rice. Scott in the heart of the face of pressure gets the ball away, and Rice open, makes the catch of the 20, first down.
Yeah, this is the best quarterback we have seen so far this year. He, as you said, he took some big-time pressure there, knew he was going to take a hit, delivered that ball right down the middle. Big play there for the Eagles.
Make it 1st and 10. Eastern has almost gotten totally away from the run. It's been pass the majority of the time, unless Scott has had to run out of the pocket. Scott drops to pass again, looking, fires across
right
the middle.
Touchdown.
That's going to be a touchdown. And they have found something across the middle that they keep going to. And Christian Rice with a 20-yard touchdown pass from Scott.
You're exactly right, Mike. Other than the touchdown from the first drive they had, or in the first quarter, they have found the middle of the field, and it is wide open, and they are exposing it against the Centurion defense.
So Eastern gets a TD, makes it 13-12. We'll see. Last time they went for 2.
Yeah, I believe they are again. Either this is a coach's philosophy, or they don't have a kicker.
It would be one of those two. Riker Matthews, I believe, has an extra point on the year for this team, but they're going for 2, trying to get that lead back. Scott in the shotgun. He has trips to the right this time. Here comes the snap. Scott looking out to the right side, throws it out. It's going to be completed. Christian Rice with the catch for 2 points, and Eastern goes back ahead, 14-13.
I tell you what, Rice and DeWitt are a tough pair out there in the wide receiver spots, and the Eagles are doing a fantastic job finding them out in the middle of the field. Scott's is delivering.
Would you like to see your business advertised in one of our Cal Sports programs or on one of our...
So I guess the only 2 times the Centurions have trailed so far this year has been this game. 2 times by the Eagles have taken the lead again. One of the great things, though, with 7 minutes to go, we know the Centurions can make a quick action just like they did their last time, but either way, need to come down here and get a score here at the end of the first half.
So a 74-yard drive for Eastern that took 4 minutes and 47 seconds. Covered 74 yards, ending on that 20-yard pass play from Scott to Christian Rice.
Another good long drive there. See, it was a 7-minute drive?
4 minute, 47 second
okay.
drive. 7:17 left in the first half, 14-13 Eastern. They are making a game of it. Leeper and Guerin are back for the Centurions. Daniel Franklin. Do you call a left-footed kicker a southpaw? We'll call him a southpaw kicker. Approaches the ball, kicked it high and short last time. This time it's going to be a ground ball that's going to go out of bounds.
Yep. It's a good field position here for Centurions.
So Centurions will take over with 7:17 to go in the first half. The way this first half has been played so far, this game could go down to the wire.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, I've been impressed with the Eagles on offense. They have done a great job. They've pretty much, as you said, have gone away from the run, strictly pass. But those 2 receivers along with that quarterback and the offensive line has given Scott some really good time.
The Eagles have only scored 19 points this year. And the Centurions will take over on their own 35, 1st and 10.
Plenty of time. Let's see if we can keep that running game going here.
So there have been 7 possessions in this game total. 4 have been touchdowns. So we have the fireworks have come to Tzatziki Field tonight. Sabatino goes under center. Zimmer remains the running back of choice right now. 2 receivers right, 1 left, and we have a timeout called. Timeout by Eastern. Coach Blanford, he's walking out to the field. He's like a baseball coach going out to the pitcher's mound to yell at the infield.
I tell you what, he went all the way out there.
He came out immediately to that defense and giving them a talking to.
Well, and that's one thing they, for the Eagles to complete this, they've got to make some stops on defense.
So the Centurions have got a touchdown the last 2 times they have had the ball. Eastern a touchdown, a punt, and a touchdown. So the defenses aren't stopping anybody very well tonight.
No, and I think Centurion's got to keep this run going. Just like we saw Zimmer last 2 series has done a great job. It's kind of hard to fix things in a week. Looks like the Eagles have fixed their offense a little bit, but they're still giving up 233 yards on the ground against Oldham County and South Oldham. So I think Centurions can continue to expose that.
1st and 10 Centurions. Sabatino's going to go under center. He has trips to the right. Zimmer in the backfield. Hand off to Zimmer. He goes short side left. He's got some room across the 50. Gets the first down. He's knocked down over there Christian Rice. It looked like saved what could potentially been another touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. Had a nice block out in front of him and followed that along the sideline. As you said, if he went for that good tackle, he would have been gone, but still a nice 12-yard gain there.
Zimmer has got to be over 100 yards rushing already this
easy.
game.
Yeah, I agree. Well, 80 yards helps on one
that
run.
does. That does. 80 yards,
good head start
80
there.
yards on a play does help. May splits out to the right with Guerin and Leeper. Nobody to the left side. That's where they ran Zimmer last time. Sabatino underneath. Just a beautiful night for football here. And Zimmer gets it, cuts back to the right, breaks
Good
another
run.
tackle
One
across
more.
the 40.
There you
He's
go.
going to be finally brought down. He gets down to the 35, 33-yard line as he took number 41, Aiden Renfro, for about 5 yards with him.
That took about another 4 Eagles to bring him down. Another first down. Got to like that average.
So ball's going to be marked at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Centurions. They started this drive at their own 35. Zimmer the lone back, one receiver left, two to the right this time. Sabatino under center. Play action, rolls right, looking. He's going to keep it. He's got some room across the 30, 20. Tries to do a move.
Nice.
He's going to be brought down. Nice tackle out there by Aiden Lewis, but even a better run by Sabatino all the way down to the 15-yard line. First down, Centurions.
You know, Mike, last week we mentioned that Sabatino had a couple opportunities to run last week and didn't. That time, I mean, he came around the corner. He's definitely looking for the pass, but then he saw how open that was up the lane, and, man, he took off. Nice job. 3 runs, 3 first downs.
6:17 to go here in the first half. 14-13 Eastern, with Centurions threatening. 3 receivers out to the right side, or to the left side, excuse me. Hand off to Zimmer, big hole up the middle. And he had about a 2-yard gain, and then Riker Matthews tries to tackle him from behind. I think pushed him about
ahead,
another 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, he gave him a good shot. It actually helped Harrison to get up through there.
Ball's going to be placed at the 12, make it a 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Nice drive here by the Centurions. See if we can go ahead and get this thing punched in here.
Leeper, Guerin, and May split to the left side. Zimmer remains in at the running back and is going to take the ball up the middle again. The running's a little tighter this time. He gets down to the 10-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 5.
Another good play. They had found some stuff up in the middle they liked. That time, Stingray Miller took off from his left tackle position, went straight in, hit the middle linebacker, was able to help Harrison get up through that A gap, pick up the yardage, but big 3rd and 5 here.
May splits left, Leeper to the right. Double tight end formation for the Centurions. Sabatino with the bark, trying to draw Eastern offsides. It looked like he got him to flinch, but they didn't come the rest of the way. Hand off to Zimmer, and he's going to slip and get hit in the backfield. Somebody forgot to block Riker Matthews.
That is one guy you don't want to miss blocking.
And it's a loss, and that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Centurions, and it was 3rd and 5. Now it's going to be 4th and 8.
See what they want to do here. It's like Coach Cantwell is going to keep the team on the field, gives the play to Sabatino.
The ball's marked at the 19-yard line, so it's going to be 4th and 9. So big 4th down play for the Centurions. Mays to the right, Leeper and Guerin split to the left. Sabatino under center with Zimmer in the backfield. Back to pass. Flares it out to Zimmer. He breaks one tackle across the 10, across the 5. He was knocked down by his own man. I'm not sure if it's far enough or not. Let's see where they mark it. There was no doubt he could get that first down, but he ran into one of his own players.
It depends on where this mark's going to be tight. They're going to mark it short.
And it's going to be marked short. It is Eastern's ball.
Wow.
It was a first down, potentially a touchdown for sure. And he ran into one of his own players and went down. Centurions give it over on downs. That was a tough one.
Yeah, when Zimmer finished up, he had the first down, but they felt his knee was down behind on the 6-yard line, which left them a yard short. It will be Eastern's ball here with just over 3 minutes to go.
3:43 to go here in the first half. Eastern takes over at their own 6. And, man, that is a momentum buster right there.
Yeah.
Centurions start their own 35, a nice long drive down to the 6. They had been about 3.5 minutes on that drive and not able to get the first down. Boy, if they can hold Eastern. Last time they had Eastern back here, they held them and almost lost their punt in the end zone. So Centurions need to step it up. Under center is Scott with the double backfield. Hand off to Moore, the second man through. He's going to get them a little breathing room out to the 9 or 10 yard line.
Yeah, Babin in on the tackle, Minrath, Baskin, all three of them in on the tackle.
Kevin King in at one of the corners for the Centurions now, and Mays in at one of the safeties. First time I think we've seen them play those positions this year. Make it 2nd and 6, a 4-yard gain. Scott under center, Matthews and Moore in the backfield. He's got one receiver left, one right. Moore with the ball again. He's not going to get far.
You got to figure out who that was. He went in low underneath the offensive line to make that tackle. It was Minrath.
That's Minrath, I believe.
Good job.
So to bring up a crucial 3rd down for the Centurions right here, 3rd and 4.
It's interesting. The Eagles have been spreading it around. One back, no back, and then first 2 plays of this series, it's a fullback and a tailback. More traditional, handing it off.
But now they go back to Scott in the shotgun with 2 receivers right, 2 to the left.
All right, here we go, Centurion defense.
Moore in the backfield with Scott. Scott back to pass, looking, fires out to the right side, going to be complete.
First down.
Nice catch out there amongst 4 Centurions was Benjamin Warfield. Boy, he caught that was going to get knocked loose from his hands, but he able to hang on to it. First down.
And another receiver making a great catch.
And another pass, but about the only place you could put that one to complete it. Warfield, a big target out there. He is taller than about any Centurion out there, I believe. So it'll be 1st and 10, 1:55 to go here in the first half. 14-13. Eastern with the 1-point lead. Rice in motion. Scott fakes the handoff, has a big hole up the middle, slides across the 30 to about the 32-yard line.
Yep, fake the jet sweep coming across there to Rice and then just headed up the middle. Big play there, first down.
Make it 2nd and about 4 or 5, I believe. I think it's 2nd and 4. Ball on the 37. They need to get to the 41. Scott moves more to his right this time. Back to pass, looking across the middle again. Incomplete this time. Going for Rice. Couldn't connect with him.
A little bit better job by the Centurions on that interior defense as far as that pass play. Had 4 guys between the hashes that time. Made it a little tougher on Scott to complete the pass.
That stops the clock at 1:04. 3rd and 4. Interesting to see the 3rd down percentage for Eastern in this first half.
Yeah.
It's been very big. 2 receivers right, 2 left has been the formation that has rewarded the Eagles well this evening. Hand off to Moore this time. He gets hit at the line and brought down. Babin brings him down hard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Timeout, Centurions.
Yeah, good timeout by Coach Cantwell there. Walked out on the field to get that timeout with 56 seconds left, see if we can get the ball back here. Be interesting to see what Eastern Eagles do. Had a huge punt last time. So the first one had a bad snap, barely got off a 10-yard punt, and then, what'd you say, the second one was 50-something yards.
It was 50-something yard, net 37 after
yeah.
It was a 57-yard punt. Took a nice bounce, a hit,
right.
But it went over Leaper's head. And the last second he decided, I probably shouldn't catch this. And it bounced into the end zone and put it out to the 20 for the Centurions.
So I would think they would punt this away.
So it'll be 4th and 2, but I'm with you. I think they've got to punt it away.
Of course.
The question is, Centurion's going to set up a return, or are they going to rush for the block? Over that last punt by Franklin, I think I'd rush because he can flat out kick the ball if he has time. That first one, Centurions could have blocked if they had the rush on. They only had one man rushing.
I also could see a fake or something like here. I mean, if you're sitting 0-2, why not take a shot?
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
I know it's early in the season, but you're up 14-13 and away game.
Centurions return team comes out. Centurions don't look like they're setting up for a return. They're coming out with their defense, and Scott's coming out, so they're going for the first down. And that is surprising to me. I mean, you don't make it. Centurions have great field position.
So let's see what happens here.
4th down. See if they try to draw the Centurions off sides, maybe. Big 4th down play. Coach Blanford going for it all right here. In motion back and forth to DeWitt. They're trying to draw them off, and I think they're going to. Now they call a timeout by Eastern. So we got another break in the action with 56 seconds to go here. So what we originally thought, I think, is going to be true.
That's right. Yeah, it looks like they were going to make the switch here and actually punt the ball. Good discipline there by the Centurions. Figured out what was going on, but you still got to kind of keep your head on a swivel there and make sure what's happening. See that man go in motion not once but twice.
So Luke Leeper comes into the game. I think it'd be a good time for Leeper's second touchdown return on a punt for the year.
Wouldn't be a bad idea, would it?
I tell you, the Eastern team has impressed me, though, this evening. A team 0-2 from you look at their stats. Doesn't look like a team that can do a whole lot.
Right.
And they have been impressive.
Scott has played incredible tonight.
So Centurions have had 2 men back all night on the punt. Tonight, this time it's just Leeper. Leads me to believe there will be a rush on Franklin, the left-footed kicker. He sets up at the 20.
All right, we got a little confusion here about Centurions.
Here comes the hike. Nice hike this time.
Oof.
Franklin gets off a booming punt. Leeper's going to take it at the 31.
They catch it. I think we had 12 men on the field.
There was a fair catch was called.
Yeah, I think the way we acted, there might have been 12 on the field here. I can't quite get the count.
No flags are down. So the Easterns will Centurions over 31, and one fan noted there were 12 on the field.
Well, the way we had one kid running around, he was coming off the field, went back on the field. He's counting, came off the field. Then he ran off the field right as the kick was happening. But evidently he was the 11th man, not the 12th.
The Centurions take over on their own 31. 56 seconds to go in the first half. Trail by 1 to the Eastern Eagles. Leeper and Guerin go right.
2 deep safeties here by the Eastern Eagles.
Kevin King to the left. Now there's a discussion by the officials.
Well, I am confident they can't go to replay here.
We're not going to show them ours, that's for sure. Of course, we don't have replay, so.
All right.
And here comes the official over to talk to Coach Cantwell. Oh, there's a clock. The clock did not move on that punt. It should be at 50 seconds. So they're signaling up here that the clock was not turned on. So now there are 50 seconds left on the clock instead of 56. And the Centurions will now start their drive with 6 less seconds to go. Sabatino goes to the shotgun. Zimmer in the backfield. Takes the snap. Looking. Has times, going long, going for Guerin. He's got
Guerin. He stays
up. He's across the 30, cuts back across the 20.
Hang on,
he's going down to the 15. He's taking him with him. He gets down all the way down to about the 12-yard line. Great catch by Guerin. Great throw by Sabatino. All the way down to the 12-yard line.
Wow, great play there. Then 1, 2, 3 tackles. He holds up 3 guys.
There's a flag down at the 44-yard line. Guerin went up around 3 Eastern players. He caught it about right where the flag is.
All right, here we're going to have a call here.
I cannot believe he got that far. Looks like it's going to be defensive holding or holding against somebody, and out the ball's coming back.
Oh, my goodness. That it couldn't have been on Guerin. There's no way.
So is the play coming back, or is it a hold after the catch? 2 fouls, holding against the Centurions, pass interference against Eastern.
Oh my gosh.
Offsetting fouls, you lose 13 seconds on the clock, and it's 1st and 10 at the 31. So a couple of plays that just killed the Centurions. You got that play and the Zimmer play where he almost had a first down.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Couldn't quite get
Came
there.
Up just a little bit short, run his own guy.
Sabatino runs back in. What a run by Guerin after that catch. Well, he caught it, and I'm thinking, this is amazing, but he's going to go down right there.
Yeah, he didn't want to be denied.
So it is 1st and 10 for the Centurions again.
Got this deep zone being played by the Eagles, too.
Trips to the right. Sabatino's going to run to the right. Looking. He's going to keep it. He's going to run out of bounds. Stops the clock at about as he gets out to the 37-yard line, make it a 7-yard gain. 20 seconds left in the first half. Well, we saw Dylan Cornett kick some pretty long field goals at the Chick-fil-A halftime.
Right.
We may get that length tested here soon.
So we probably need another 25, 30 yards.
At least.
At least.
This time, Guerin and Leeper go left, and Kevin King comes right. Zimmer in the backfield with Sabatino. Looking left. Here comes pressure. Sabatino lets it fly. Guerin didn't even know it was coming. Guerin had no idea Sabatino had to let it go early. Looked like it was going to be intercepted, but off the hands of a couple Eastern defenders out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Nope, got holding on Centurions. Going to back it up some more.
This Centurion offensive line having a tough time with this Eastern defensive line. I'm not sure if Coach Cantwell agrees with the call officials are trying to explain to him how the hold occurred. So it is a hold on the Centurions.
I think he's still upset about that holding call 2 plays ago that brought back that huge play by Gage Guerin. I think I wouldn't be surprised if they just take a knee here. All right.
13 seconds.
See if we can get
excuse me.
One more, maybe 2 more plays here. No turnovers is what we don't want.
Back to pass. Sabatino's got some time now. Goes out of the pocket, overthrows Kevin King. 7 seconds to go.
Okay, this should be the last play of the half.
Eastern has no timeouts left. So it'll be 3rd down and 22. It is allergy season here in Louisville, and I am living
again.
And I'm living proof of that tonight.
I tell you, that Eastern student section is into this game.
They really are. 3rd and long for the Centurion. 7 seconds to go. Leeper right, Guerin and King left. Sabatino, here comes the blitz, gets it off to Zimmer. Zimmer got a block, gets off on the left side, going to get tackled, had the first down is the good news, but the bad news is the clock runs out and we come to the end of the first half of play. Eastern with a 14-13 lead. We'll be back in about 12 minutes with first half recap, second half action from Taziki Field at Christian Academy of Louisville. Welcome back to Christian Academy of Louisville football at Taziki Field, where Centurions trail Eastern 14-13 at halftime. The opening play by Eastern, it looked like the Centurion defense was going to continue their shutout streak here for the entire game, the way they looked in that first series of plays, as they had Eastern go backwards a negative 1 yard before Eastern was forced to punt, and then Eastern's punt hit the ground. It got behind the punter. Unfortunately, Centurions were not rushing to block it. There was only one Centurion going all the way back to cover on that block, and Daniel Franklin somehow picked the ball up in the end zone, got a punt off, but only got the punt. It went out of bounds up to the 11-yard line. Centurions looked like they were in great shape as they started on the 11-yard line. Well, the fans are talking. The fans are talking to me, and I'm trying to figure out what they're saying. They want to get on the air, but no, they cannot get on the air. Centurions took over at the Eastern 11. First down, only 11 yards go for a touchdown. And the very first play, they had a holding call that pushed him back to the 26, and they gained no more yards and gave the ball over on downs to Eastern. Eastern then started their drive and ended up being a 9-play drive that covered 74 yards, ending in a 17-yard pass to Warfield from Eli Scott. Extra point, they tried to go for 2. They were tackled, and they went ahead 6-0. Centurions then, their offense came alive on the next kickoff. They took over at their own 45-yard line. 5 plays later, Harrison Zimmer scored 1 of 2 touchdowns on a 9-yard run, and Centurions, the extra point was blocked, but they tied the score at 6-6. Defense stood strong again the next time for the Centurions, forced Eastern to punt after 1 first down. Centurions then got the ball at their own 20, and on the very next play, an 80-yard run by Harrison Zimmer. Extra point was good by Dylan Cornett. Centurions went up 13-6, and that was the score at halftime, or at the end of the first quarter. But Eastern, who took over at just the end of the first quarter, finished it 4 minutes and 47 seconds later, a 74-yard drive that ended in a 20-yard pass play to Rice from Eli Scott, his second touchdown pass of the first half. They went for 2, and this time it was the same combination. Eli Scott to Rice for the extra point pass, and Eastern went up 14-13. Centurions got the ball back, turned it over on downs after 3 first downs, and then they had a 3rd and long, and it looked like Harrison Zimmer had it on the pass out into the flat, but he ran into one of his own players and fell just a yard short at the Eastern 6-yard line. He gets the first down. Centurions have it 1st and goal at least the 5, but it wasn't to be. Eastern got the ball over, were forced to punt after they got 1 first down. Then Centurions, the clock ran out on them to end the first half, and it was 14-13 Eastern at halftime. We'll be back in about 30 seconds with the recap of the first half stats. Welcome back to Centurion football, and Darren, I think you have the first half stats for us.
Yeah, as we go down through here, and it's got some telling stats as well. First downs, 10 for Eastern, 8 for the Centurions. Rushing yards, 41 for Eastern, 161 for the Centurions. Passing yards, 126 for the Eagles, 108 for the Centurions. So total offense, the Centurions really are dominating as far as yardage. 269 yards in that first half of offense, 167 for the Eastern Eagles. But I think the biggest thing that you see out of that is actually 2. 1, the Eagles ran 37 plays to only 22 for the Centurions, so we don't keep a time of possession, but I'm sure the Eagles dominated in that first half. The other, I think, telling is this 3rd down efficiency. Mike had mentioned in the first half. Seems like they got first downs plenty of times. Well, they did. 5 out of 9 opportunities, the Eagles got a first down on a 3rd down play. Only 1 for 4 for the Centurions and 0 for 3 on 4th down. Just catch just a couple highlights here as we wrap up about a minute till kickoff here in the second half. Eastern passing, Eli Scott, talking about the first half he had, was 9 for 19 and 126 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. He also led in rushing. He had 7 attempts for 24 yards. Receiving tonight, he's getting that around a little bit. 2 receptions by Rice, 1 for DeWitt, 4 for Warfield, and 1 for Lewis. Go down here and catch the Centurions here real quick on offense. Anthony Sabatino, as we mentioned, 5 for 9, 108 yards in that first half. Rushing, Sabatino had 3 attempts for 23 yards. Harrison Zimmer, the big first half, 10 attempts, 138 yards, and those 2 touchdowns. Receiving, King ended up with 2 for 28 yards, and Harrison Zimmer 2 for 23. And on the defense, the 2 leading tacklers here at halftime is Braden Babin with 8 tackles and 5 for Jacob Sutherland.
Through the press box grapevine, Darren, we've heard Brant Babin out with a hip pointer.
Yeah,
the rest of the game.
I told you a couple of times he was having a really hard time getting up and trying to, and that makes sense. And so that's why good thing we got Harrison Zimmer in there, and we saw a couple adjustments on defense as well.
So what Centurions have to do this second half?
Well, I think the big thing is to get this kickoff, and I mean they need to make a statement. To me, I think the big thing is right now. I mean it's 14-13, the game's close, but it's got to be who wants this game. And I'm telling you what, those Eastern Eagle fans really pumped up that team as they came in, from their halftime talk, and they were jumping up and down, ready to go. But I tell you, the Centurions I think Centurions is still the better team here, but they're going to have to put it together, get their heads in it, and start executing.
I think it's going to come to Danny McGee. Coach McGee always tells us, whoever wins it at the line is going to win the game.
Yeah, and then right now, if anything, it's even right now, but we've got to start getting some pressure on Scott.
So we are ready for the kickoff here. Daniel Franklin, he has kicked ground ball kickoffs and short pop-up kickoffs here. He has not gone deep to Guerin or to Leeper. So let's see what is in the kicking ensemble of the southpaw kicker this time as we get ready to start the second half here at Taziki Field. Eastern up by 1. Here's the kick. It's going to be a low line drive. Going to be taken on a high hop there by Guerin. He tries to cut right, back to the middle, stutter steps, break a tackle, get through a couple more.
Man.
He's across the 40, down to the 45. Here comes a flag. And is that going to be a holding?
Pretty sure that's going to be a holding on the Centurions.
And it is. And another.
That happened earlier in the first half.
The penalties are killing the Centurions.
Set up around the 50 midfield. We're going to be back all the way probably to right about the 20-yard line.
So another great play by Guerin in traffic. Another hold on the Centurions. So that discipline has got to come into line here. That's going to put the ball back. Centurions will start at the 25 instead of the 50. But they are out to the 25 as we start third quarter of play.
All right, see what adjustments are here at halftime by both these coaching staffs.
Sabatino under center. Zimmer in the backfield. Zimmer gets the ball. Goes it up the middle. He was going to be stopped on a 2-yard gain. Somehow gets all the way out to the 31-yard line for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, just kept chugging those feet, and John Young kind of got on his back a little bit as he was leaning forward as well. Actually ended up being a real nice gain there on first down.
So 6-yard gain for Zimmer. Adds to his 145 yards on the evening already. It'll be 2nd and 4. King out left, Leeper right. Centurions going with 2 tight ends in both these original sets here. Hand off to Zimmer again. Big hole on the right side. Cuts back up, 35-40.
Good
45.
Stiff arm.
Nice stiff arm. Gets free of that tackle across the 40 and rode out of bounds at the 34-yard line of Eastern. Another great run by Zimmer, and you called it a great stiff arm to give him about another 15 yards.
Yes, he did, and I tell you what, he sees the field so well. Coach Cantwell, I remember at the beginning of the season, we talked about that, how well Harrison Zimmer sees the field, and he's done a great job with that tonight. There was another opportunity. Waited for his chance, waited for his blocks to happen, then picked his hoe, and he took off.
Ball's at the 35 of Eastern. This drive started just 2 plays ago at the Centurion 25. Leeper right, King left. Double backfield, Braden Babin and Zimmer. Under center, Sabatino. Play action, looking long. Sabatino puts it in there. He's got Leeper. He can't hold on to it. It was in his hands. He got behind everybody and just couldn't hold on to it in the end zone.
He had to take one last large step to reach out there and just couldn't quite get it.
Leeper's on the ground needing a trainer to come out. Looks like he's holding his shoulder.
Yeah, he leaned out for that really hard. Came down on that right shoulder, I believe. So I hope he's all right. He's up.
And pounds his left leg. Not happy that he, even with a bad shoulder, I should have made the catch.
It was there. Just needed one more step. He really tried to lean out that last second. Just quite couldn't get it under control.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Centurions.
Good play action pass. That's what the run can do for you too, Mike, is you get some of those big runs and then you go with that play action pass that freezes those linebackers and safeties just for enough for your receiver to get behind.
Make it 2nd and 10. Mike Botello, Darren Long bringing you the action. 10:58 to go in the third quarter, 14-13 Eastern. Babin and Zimmer in the backfield. Sabatino under center. Hand off to Zimmer. Gets to outside on the right across the 30. It's going to be about an 8-yard gain down to the 7-yard gain down to the 28-yard line.
I tell you, someone who likes physical contact is Braden Babin. Man, I tell you, whether it's on defense flying around making the tackle, and he eats that fullback position up. He's just head hunting when he comes around there, and Zimmer is doing a great job staying behind him.
Ball marked at the 27. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Centurions.
Get this first down here.
May splits to the left. Guerin splits to the right. Double tight end. I'm sorry, tight end just on the right side. Babin's in the backfield with Zimmer, who gets the ball again. He gets the first down. And jumping on top of him is Aiden Renfro. Is a piggyback ride for 5 yards. Renfro got a free ride from Zimmer as Zimmer gets another first down.
Actually, a defensive end from the Eagles come out, had a shot, but he really mistimed how fast Harrison was coming through there and didn't have the opportunity and picked up the first down.
All said and done, a 7-yard gain on that play. Ball down to the 20, 1st and 10.
Good drive here by the Centurions.
This time, Leeper back in the game. That's good to see. Mays to the right, Leeper to the left. Double backfield has been effective for the Centurions. Zimmer, play action. Sabatino rolls left. Still going, trying to get some room. Outruns a bunch of people and gets the first down. 3 Eastern Eagles chasing him. Looked like he's going to be sacked, and he gets 10 yards on the play.
Still don't know how he quite made that corner. I mean, it looked like they were all one step behind him, but he pulled out a little bit, was able to get the corner, pick up the first down. Great play there.
It was like it took him about 10 steps to get to his second speed, but they were right at him, and then all of a sudden gear number 2 stepped in. He got a 10-yard gain. It'll be 1st and goal from the 10 for the Centurions. Mays left, Leeper right. Babin Zimmer in the backfield. Under center goes Sabatino. Sabatino off to Zimmer. Tries to get out right. Avoids one tackle. He's going to get about a 2 or 3 yard gain on the play.
Another good read there. So they had John Young blocked down on that play and then bring Babin with Zimmer behind him back to the outside.
It's going to be a 3 yard gain. Puts it at the 7. 2nd and goal. Leeper right, Mays to the left. Babin and Zimmer in the backfield again. In motion goes Leeper. He stops. Play action. Looking. Pass to the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown. Pass to the tight end for the Centurions. Will Parr. 7-yard touchdown pass on a great design play. First pass of the game to any of the tight ends.
Yeah, great play there. Parr lined up on the outside of John Young there on the right-hand side. Chip blocked, then went down the middle, ran into the end zone, then cut really hard and wide open. Nobody picked him up. Linebacker missed him completely. Nice, easy throw by Sabatino. Nice drive, nice score there by the Centurions.
75-yard drive for the Centurions.
Looks like we're going to go for 2 here.
Centurions are going for 2.
See if we can get that 7-point spread back up.
Centurions up 19-14 right now. Hand off to Zimmer, puts his head down. He's in. 2-point
Nice
conversion for Harrison Zimmer. Centurions up by 7, 21-14.
Wow, nice looking drive coming out of here in the second half. Exactly what we talked about. Get that ball first, set what you want to do, and I believe that offensive line played much better in that series. They were blowing off the line, making some nice blocks. Braden Babin coming out of that fullback position, then Harrison Zimmer just making some good reads, good cuts, picking up big chunks of yardage, and then when needed to, good play there by Sabatino as well, pick up a first down. Missed opportunity on a long pass play to the Leaper, but come back to the run and then finally finish it off there. Nice drive. Nice mix of plays.
9-play drive that took 6 minutes. 6 minutes. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't 6 minutes. That would be, I was giving it a college time again. That would be 3-minute drive. 3-minute drive for the Centurions. 9 plays, 75 yards for that touchdown.
All right, so good play here. See a little bit more pep going on with the Centurions now. It's going to come down, so we get through the special teams here. Good kickoff, good tackle. Then to see what the defense, see what kind of adjustments. We always talk about the great adjustments that Coach Riley and that defensive staff makes, and see what they want to do with this passing attack that Scott led here in the first half, and see if they can get some different pressures or different looks on Scott, and see if can rush him just a little bit.
Dylan Cornett prepares to kick off. Christian Rice, James DeWitt back for Eastern. They set up about the 12-yard line. Cornett approaches the ball. Kick is going to be in the air. This best kick of the night. At the 8-yard line is DeWitt. Cuts back to the middle. Tries to find an opening. He does find an opening, but grabbing him and slowing him down just enough is Gregory Gitcher to let some other Centurions come up to him.
Yeah, Gitcher and Dobbs, once again, great special teams. They've played well on special teams all season. Good field position still for the Eagles here. I think we do have a player down.
The Eagles will take over at their own 34. It's going to be James DeWitt, one of the main receivers, down on the ground. He was the return man. So we'll see. Centurions have not been getting a huge pass rush on Eli Scott, so we'll see what happens here.
But even when they have, I'll give credit to Scott. He's done a good job of sticking in there and making those passes. I think the big adjustment is going to be keeping these receivers to the outside. They've just feasted on the middle of the field, and Scott's been finding them each time, which is, it's great for a quarterback. He's getting this good pocket, and he's got the receivers crossing in front of him, and he's been delivering.
So it'll be 1st and 10 after a Centurion score and a extra point worth 2 points. Put the Centurions up 21-14, 8:39 to go in the third quarter. Eli Scott in at quarterback again. Moore behind him. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Hand off to Moore. Tries to get out to the right side.
Big
cuts
run.
up. Got some room.
Better make a
and
tackle.
Mays in the backfield makes a tackle, but into Christian Academy territory is Moore for a first down all the way to the 47-yard line.
Best run tonight for the Eagles. That was a nice power play to the right-hand side. Cut up the field. And Mays saved a touchdown there.
Dobbs is usually in that other safety spot. He is out of the game, it looks like. 1st and 10, 47-yard line in Centurion territory. High snap, handoff to Moore. And this time Minrath is going to stop him. It's going to be about a 2-yard gain to the 45.
Good play there. Got Matthew Mozzie coming into the game for the first time this year. He's been out with injury right before the season started.
Mozzie cleared on Tuesday to play this week. On that defensive line to try to stop what has been a pretty potent Eastern offensive attack. Scott in the shotgun. Moves more to his left. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it after the fake.
Nice play.
Mozzie Centurions read that one. In on that tackle, 2 Centurions. One was Minrath. The other one was Jake Taylor.
Tell you what, Mozzie made his presence known really quick there, though. He took out the center and the guard, made the running back move to the left just enough. And then, man, Minrath, last 2 plays, been on it.
Make it a 3-yard loss. It is going to be 3rd and 11.
Okay, here we go. The Eagles 5 out of 9 on 3rd down conversions in the first half. See if the Centurions can stop them here and get them off the field.
And it has been usually a pass across the middle. Scott in that shotgun. High snap, able to knock it down. He's going to run now.
There we go.
And a bad snap is going to force a punting situation. In there on the tackle. Who else? Minrath again. We'll give Minrath that series.
Good job there. Definitely brings in a punting situation at 4th and 12. So great job by the Centurion defense there after that first down.
So from the 49-yard line is officially where the ball is marked. Franklin goes back to his 35. Leaper back at the Centurions' 20. Looks like the Centurions are preparing to put an all-out rush here.
Yep, here they come. They
Nice
got a
hike.
shot.
Oh, barely missing that ball was Kevin King, and it is a high punt that hits the ground.
Coming back.
It's going to take a Centurion bounce. It hit about the 25, bounces back up to the 32. Centurions, good field position to start their second drive of the second half.
Yeah, good defensive series there to back up the first offensive series for Centurions.
The Centurions will take over on their 33. Great job by the Centurion defense to hold this Eastern. Boy, what we said coming in the start of the second half, you want to drive to score,
right,
and you want to hold Eastern. They were able to do both those.
So now you got an opportunity to really get up here by another score with that opportunity now that you've stopped them on their first series.
Sabatino gets the call from Coach Cantwell, runs out to address the huddle. 6:03 to go here in the third quarter. Centurions up by 7 after trailing by 1.5. Kevin King splits left. Leaper to the right. 2 tight ends with Zimmer in the backfield. Centurions have only gone with 2 wideouts this entire drive. Zimmer, big hole up the middle.
Wow,
gets across the 40 to the 42, 43-yard line. It's going to be a first down. They're marking it at the 43.
That's another first down. I think it's 3 runs for 3 first downs for Zimmer.
I believe it is.
That's amazing.
He's going to be over 200 yards in this game. I mean, the run is effective, and Coach Cantwell said, let's just keep doing it.
I wouldn't change anything. This gets your offensive line fired up too. Now that they're moving that Eastern Eagle defensive front, that gets them excited as well, and then the running back's coming in behind them.
King split out to the far side on the left. Leaper to the right.
I think the official saw something with maybe an equipment
malfunction. Out of the game. Out of the game goes Jeremiah Lewis. His replacement, Keegan Sawyer, hustles into the game. Sabatino back under center.
Offsides there.
And it's going to be offsides on Eastern. So everything going the Centurion way right now. And you're right, Darren. Boy, if you can get a touchdown here, that just kind of will put Eastern way back on their heels.
See, the Eagles have made a change here. They had 9 guys in the box that time.
5-yard penalty to the 49. 1st and 5 for the Centurions. Eastern stacking the box. .5:10 to go here in the third quarter. King splits far out to the left. Leaper, short side right. Hand off to Zimmer. He's going to hit into a wall. And Eastern playing for the run. Stop the run that time. No gain, 2nd and 5.
Good to mention there, we missed it. Luke Leaper is back in the game, so that's good news after he took that hard fall on his shoulder earlier.
King comes out. Mays and Leaper split to the left. Guerin the lone back. Zimmer the lone back. Sabatino hands off to Zimmer again. Big hole on the right side. Breaks one tackle across the 40. He's got the first down. Almost broke another tackle, but gets across the 35 to the 33. And he took a huge hit from Jackson Badgett and just rolled off of it.
Yeah, but what I like about that, he takes a hit, but he like absorbs the impact there, bounces, and keeps moving forward.
It is 1st and 10, 4:16 to go here in the third quarter. Centurions in Eastern Territory in the 33.
I think Zimmer does a great job. If you don't wrap him up, he can take the hits and keeps his feet under him. He's got great balance.
224 yards rushing right now.
Okay, just heard from our statistician, Shane Weaver. That's 224 in yardage now for Harrison Zimmer already in the game.
Leaper and May split to the right side this time. Whistles are blowing. And out comes Coach Blandford. He doesn't have the team come to him, man. He just walks straight out of the field to talk to his defense. Timeout Eastern with 3:50 to go in the third quarter. 21-14. Centurions with the lead.
Oh, we got the opportunity, Mike. We always want to support Cal Athletics the best way we can, and one of those ways by purchasing an athletic pass. Cal Athletic Passes offer students, adults, and families admission to all home athletic events. For easy gate admission, we offer single passes for $95 or family passes for only $275. Athletic passes can be purchased at Centurion Armory or by calling the Cal Athletic office. Get your athletic pass today and save.
Centurions back at home next week with a game against Ballard.
Yeah, so Ballard, as we mentioned, ranked 7 in 6A coming in here. They're 1-1. They are playing, they were at Mel last week, lost 41-14, but this week they're at North Hardin. We'll try to get you some scores near the end of the game. Was
Ballard losing to North Hardin? Didn't I hear somebody say? Was Ballard, Ballard losing to North Hardin?
They were 10-0
at half.
They were down 10-0 at half. So big thing right now is, though, getting through this end of this third quarter and fourth quarter, see if we can put some pressure on the Eagles here if we could get a score.
1st and 10, Centurions, 34-yard line. Play action. Looking long, he's got his man. He's going for Mays. Gonna get just overthrew Mays just by about a yard.
I tell you, Sabatino did a good job of floating it up there. It's just, he's just missed twice now. One to Leaper and now one to Mays. Just one step off. But puts it up nice and high. Great break by Mays there on the outside to get behind the Eastern Eagle defender. And that's one of the things you can take advantage of is when you pile 8 or 9 guys in the box, your outside guys got one-on-one coverage.
2nd and 10 for the Centurions. Leaper right, Mays left. Braden Babin in the game in the backfield along with Zimmer. Handoff to Zimmer. Follows Babin up the middle.
Good hit that time.
Get a couple of yards, maybe to the 31.
So it's going to be one of the longer third down plays that the Centurions have had this half.
You got to think this is 2-down territory, I would think.
Yeah, especially in this area. All right.
So we'll see if Sabatino on a rollout with the decision to run or pass the ball at play here.
I like that play. I also like a little quick pass out, especially if, I don't know if Guerin's in there, but it's one of those you can just beat one guy. Got Guerin.
Mays and Guerin to the left. Guerin in the slot. To the right is Leaper. Sabatino in the shotgun. In motion goes Leaper. Sabatino rolling left. He's got Leaper on that little spread to the left. He's got the first down across the 20. Cuts back to the 15. 10 trying to get to the side. Fulham going to be tackled by Lewis, who saved probably a touchdown by Leaper and turned that 4-yard pass into a big run down to about the 8-yard line.
Love that play. You got Mays and Guerin out there. They both break out and then, go down the field about 3 yards, turn to the inside. Got Leaper coming in motion behind him, almost like a clear out. Great throw there by Sabatino. Easy catch and then turn upfield. Good run.
1st and goal from the 8-yard line of Eastern for the Centurions. Trips to the right. Zimmer the lone back. Sabatino, handoff to Zimmer, big hole left side, touchdown Centurions. A flag goes down.
You got a feeling that might be either a chop block or a hold. Holding.
Hold against the Centurions.
Oh, man.
So the Centurions, another hold. That's got to be their 3rd or 4th hold tonight.
At least.
So that nullify the touchdown. You hate taking points off the board.
That's tough. Push you from inside the 10 back outside the 20 now. Right at the 20, I should say.
The ball's going to be marked at the 20. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 20 for the Centurions now.
Tough play there, tough play.
Oh, man, penalties have just killed a couple of drives for the Centurions tonight. But we'll see if they can keep it going. It's been an effective drive. It started at the 6:03 mark. We're down to 2:20. It's almost a 4-minute drive. It started at the 33.
Okay, need to watch your What's your time here on the play clock? Well, they're doing fine. Get your guys set.
Mays and Guerin to the right, Leaper to the left. Play action. Sabatino rolling right, throws the pass. Nice catch by Mays. What are we going to say? Out of bounds. Oh, it looked like he had 1 foot in bounds.
Yeah, I missed it on the replay. Couldn't quite see it. It was close, but the referee, or excuse me, the sideline judge was right straddled. There. Yeah, he had straddled the sideline. He was looking right at it.
Mays with great hands on that catch. Well, he went up and caught that on the run away from his body, but was just a step out of bounds.
Nice.
So it is.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just saying, nice athletic play.
2nd and goal from the 20 now for the Centurions.
All right, don't have to get it all here.
Trips to the right. Zimmer to the right of Sabatino's in the shotgun. Leaper, Guerin, King inside out. Now Leaper goes in motion. Sabo going to the right. Nice catch down there by Leaper, I believe. It was to Leaper. He gets down to the 12-yard line. Make it a pickup of 8.
So 3rd and go from that spot.
It's going to be the 13 is where they spot it, so 3rd and goal from the 13. We could be in field goal range now, too.
We could, yep. That's a lot of pressure on a guy first football game.
You're going to have pressure on a first kick at some point. You know?
Exactly.
3rd and goal from the 13, but we may score on this play, too.
A lot of options here for Coach Cantwell.
Kevin King splits left, or right. Guerin in the slot to the left. Leaper split out to the left. Sabo looking. Fires a quick pass, complete, wide open. Kevin King,
nice.
Touchdown.
Same play. Kevin King caught his first pass on. Breaks and then stops really quick, curls back. We used to call it a button hook a long time ago. It was just about 5 or 6 yards, and he sat in there and no one saw him. Great read by Sabatino. Drills it in there. He turns, goes in for the score. Big play there by the Centurions on that 3rd and go.
I believe that is Kevin King's first career touchdown reception.
Good timing there. Fantastic.
That puts the Centurions up 27-14. Cornett in for the extra point. Masters is the holder. What a great drive by the Centurions. Kick is up. Kick is good. And the Centurions go up 28-14 with 2:03 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that really puts a lot of pressure. I mean, this half couldn't have played out much better for the Centurions as they took the opening kickoff and went down and scored. Took the lead back, then stopped the Eagles on their first drive, then come back and score again. That really puts the pressure, and that's not a 2-score game. So let's see if his defense come out there and keep doing what they've been doing this half.
A 67-yard drive by the Centurions. It took 11 plays and 4 minutes. Ending in that 13-yard pass from Anthony Sabatino to Kevin King. 2nd touchdown pass of the evening for Sabatino. 1st reception touchdown for Kevin King. Kevin King's 3rd reception of the game, I believe.
Fantastic.
So the Centurions have come out. You know, we talked about Coach LaForge and what great adjustments he would always make at halftime. Right. We're seeing that in Coach Cantwell this game now.
Yeah, fantastic job. This staff does a great job with Coach Hilliard on helping Coach Cantwell on the offense and coaching the offensive line. And then Coach Rowley, I'm telling you, he's one of the best adjustment guys, in-game adjustment guys that I think's in the state.
Dylan Cornett prepares to kick off. James DeWitt, who went out with a bad shoulder earlier, he is back in, ready to receive along with Christian Rice. Kick is going to be in the air. It's going to go over to DeWitt. He's going to take it about the 13. Cuts back to the middle, tries to get outside to the right. He's going to be brought down over there. Braden Babin over there along with with Adam Ballard.
Kevin King in on the tackle too. Good job keeping the guy. I mean, he's a dangerous return man, so Centurions have done a good job the 3 times he's gotten the ball this evening.
So Eastern will take over at their own 34-yard line, it looks like. That's where they'll start this drive. It is the exact same location as their first drive of this half. They got into Centurion territory to the 49 before they were forced to punt the ball.
Memory serves, they started out with a really nice run by Moore, I believe.
It was.
Last time they had it, so. It's like an empty backfield this time.
It is an empty backfield. So Eli Scott has got trips to the left, 2 receivers right. Looks like Eastern's decided we're going to go to the passing game. Nope, he's going to run the ball in the quarterback draw. Centurions read it. Well, Minrath, I think, has the last 4 tackles for the Centurions.
Well, it was a called play for Scott. Backed up, just kind of showed and took off, and Will Minrath was on the rushing from the outside right. Man, he took off down that line and met Scott right as he crossed the line of scrimmage.
Going to be a 3-yard gain, ball out to the 37, 2nd and 7 for the Eagles. Now they're back to their usual formation with Scott in the shotgun and Moore behind him as he'll go left or right. But he stays behind him that time. Back to pass, fires out to the right, completes it out there to Warfield. He has been his main man of choice, and first down in the Centurion territory down to the 47-yard line.
Well, as you said, Warfield's a big target there and does just a good job of getting behind the corner, then turning before the safety can come up, settling down in there and making a good catch there. It's a good throw again by Scott. This young man's been impressive.
Make it the 46-yard line, 1st and 10 in Centurion territory. Trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right this time for Scott. Moore slips up to his left side. Hand off to Moore, and he's going to get hit in the middle, but buries his head and still gets about 4 yards. Good run by Moore.
Good first down pickup there. See if they get in one more play here before the end of the third quarter.
We have 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Make that a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 for the Eagles. Trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right. That lone receiver is James DeWitt, the return man.
Maybe a blitz here by the Centurions. Nope. Call it off. Makes the Eagles turn. They're just going to let it run out here.
And we come to the end of the third quarter of play. Centurions, an impressive third quarter, putting 15 on the board to go up 28-14.
Well, while I have a few minutes here, let's get you caught up on some of our other fall sport varsity teams. Field hockey is now sitting at 6-1-1 as they travel to St. Louis over Labor Day weekend to compete in the Gateway Classic and won their pool tournament. They continue their winning streak with a 10-0 victory last night over Eastern. They'll be on the road next week versus St. Francis, Sacred Heart, and Mel. Good luck, Cal Field Hockey. Volleyball is coming in. They suffered a 3-0 loss to Sacred Heart early in the week and a 3-0 loss last night to Providence. The Lady Centurions will be on the road next Tuesday as they open district play against Eastern. Game is at 6:30. Make sure you come out and support Cal Volleyball. Boys soccer sitting at 4-3. The early part of the season, they traveled to Bullitt Central last night, came away with a 4-1 victory. They'll be back in action tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. here at Cal versus PRP coming over from the west side. Come out and support them as well. Girls soccer, we already mentioned, sitting at 4-2. Cross country will be running in the Rumble Through the Jungle tomorrow at North Odom High School. Good luck to them. And the boys golf will be playing tomorrow in the Bowling Green Invitational. We got teams going all over the place starting tomorrow.
It's the Rumble in the Jungle tomorrow.
Jungle.
So, Darren, we have come out and done what you said we needed to
exactly.
do. Need to hold Eastern
now,
here again, though.
Right. It's fourth quarter now. It's back to who wants this game. And Centurions have set themselves up with this 2-score lead with 12 minutes to go. But as we can see, Eagles aren't done. They are driving the ball. Still making good decisions by Scott, good plays. So they're going to have Centurions going to keep the receivers in front of them, make good tackles, don't make any big mistakes here.
12 minutes to go. Centurions looking for their 3rd win of the season. Eastern ball. Centurions lead by 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points, 14 points. Eastern 2nd and 7 from Centurion 43. We are back to action.
Showing blitz. Back out of it.
Scott back to pass, going back,
pressure.
looks to run. Now he lets the ball fly. Almost
man.
intercepted. Kevin King on the coverage out there as he was trying to go to Christian Rice.
That was tough because if he made that pass just a little bit higher, it would have been a great play there out to Rice. Got a little bit of pressure from Mozzie as he came in the middle. Made Scott move to his right a little bit. Didn't quite get everything on the ball.
So, Christian Rice is a pretty tall receiver as well. There's some height in these receivers for Eastern.
These receivers have been very impressive for the Eagles this evening.
3rd and 7. Big third down play for both teams here. I always say, man, it's a big third down for Centurions. It's really a big third down for both teams. 3rd and 7. Scott has trips to the left, one to the right. Hand off to Moore.
Hang on,
hit
Joe.
in the backfield. Sutherland with the hit, and
Jake Taylor,
and Minrath again there in the middle of the action.
So we'll see. Eagles may go for it here.
I don't believe they'll punt. I think they will go for it. They
down
to the 41.
In the quarter.
4th and 5. They've been very effective on those receivers over the middle, but that's, they've gone away from there. That first half, they were 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. They've gone trips to the left. And here we come back to what they ran in the first half, 2 and 2 on both sides. A big play here for both teams. Cal defense needs to step up and get a stop. Take this ball over on downs. Scott in that shotgun with Moore to his left. High snap. Scott has it. Here comes pressure. Throw out there. Intercepted. Centurions with the interception. Intercepted by Gage Guerin.
Man, he sat on that just right. Stepped right in front of that pass. Made a great play. Covered it up. Nice play by Gage Guerin. That's the first turnover tonight by either team, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe it is. Pass intended for James DeWitt, but Guerin right there for the INT. And the Centurions take over with 11:01 to go here in the game.
Great read there by Gage Guerin. What a great play. Good job by the Centurion defense once again.
So Centurions take over on their own 27-yard line. After that interception by Guerin, his first INT of the year. Sabatino under center. Zimmer, who's over 200 yards in the backfield, tries to add to it, and he's around the right side. He gets across midfield, across the 40, 35, cuts back across the 20, tries to come back the other way. Caught from behind, but gets all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Man, what a play by Zimmer. We got to the outside, made the run. Looks like he's going to just run on out of bounds. Instead of plants his foot, cuts back across the front of the Eastern Eagle player, picked up another 4 or 5 yards. Great play there.
Make that a 48-yard run by Zimmer. He may be over 300 yards tonight.
265 after that run.
265. 1st and 10 on the 25.
Man, what a game here by Harrison Zimmer.
10:38 to go here in the game. Harrison Zimmer in place of Babin, who was hurt, and taking advantage of that opportunity. Hand off to Zimmer again. He's going to get knocked down here. Number 48, Riker Matthews likes to lay a hit on. He's the Braden Babin of Eastern right there.
Yeah, he's a low too. Boy, he is thick up top, man. He's hit at least twice tonight. Maybe
275 is the corrected rushing total of Harrison Zimmer.
Well, 274 now.
He lost a yard on that one. Make it 2nd and 11 for the Centurions. Leaper to the right. Mays and Guerin to the left. Zimmer in the backfield. Samo goes under center. And here comes Eastern flying across the line. Should be 5 yards in favor of the Centurions. And it is.
A good hard count there by Sabatino.
So this has been a tale of 2 halves so far. This is the first half we thought we would see from the Centurions.
Yep.
But they've come out in the second half to do this. And
I'll give the Eagles credit. I mean, they played really well that first half. Still a great game by those receivers and Scott at quarterback. Man, they give credit to their offensive line. Scott's only been sacked, I believe, once tonight.
They have done a great job against this potent Cal defense. It is 2nd and 6 now for the Centurions.
Got a lot of one-on-one coverage out here.
Sambo play action, looking across the middle's got a completed pass and into the end zone. Will Parr with his 2nd touchdown of the evening. And we talked about it last week. What a great comeback for this young man after breaking his leg last year. He has done a superb job for the Centurions.
Great read once again by Sabatino. That's twice he's read the middle of the field. And what you do, once you got a running back that's run for 274 yards, the Eagles have no choice but to line that box up, get guys in there, and that gives you that one-on-one coverage, and then you just got to beat your guy to the inside.
Kick is up, and kick is good by Cornett. Where was that line of scrimmage? I'm not sure how far that pass was. Where's the line of scrimmage in that play? Do you remember?
I want to say it's right at the 15 is where I'm going to, well, I don't remember now.
We'll give him a 15-yard touchdown pass on that one. We'll get corrected later if we need to.
Saw a marker land over there, but I'm not sure if he moved. That's a 21-yard touchdown there.
21-yard touchdown pass for Parr from Sabatino. Sabatino, his third touchdown pass of the evening. Kick good by Cornett. Centurions go up 35-14.
Starting to breathe just a little bit easier here, Mike.
Centurions with 22 unanswered points now. 9:16 to go in the game. That was a 4-play drive that took just under 2 minutes, and that covered 73 yards. So another big drive for the Centurions.
Hey, this wind has really picked up this quarter. Flag's almost blowing up.
Before the game, it was blowing like that too. That's Cornett's really done a good job kicking just those extra points with all this considered.
So the Eagles will have that wind to their back. Give Scott a few extra yards there on his throws.
Yeah, Cornett's kicking right into the wind on this one, isn't he?
Yes.
Rice into Witter back. Kick is up. Is going to be taken. Bounce. Centurions on the ground. Going to picked up. And out of bounds. I lost track of that ball. I was looking back waiting for Rice to catch it, and all of a sudden.
It landed short. He misplayed it. And what it actually did, bounced back a little bit. Man, two Centurions
had it. It would have been their ball.
Yeah, man, I wish that.
But Eastern gets it. Comes away with it. Eastern will take over at their own 16-yard line. The Centurion defense that has forced a punt and have an interception in the 2 series that Eastern have had it so far this half. Needs to get tough again. What could be the last time they're on defense if they can stop and Centurions and get a long drive. So it looks like they're trying to figure out.
Yeah, they're going to talk about where this exactly is down at.
You got where the
Centurions actually touched the ball first.
So is it where the Centurions touched it or where the Eastern player came up with it?
Yep. Got all 4 of them sitting talking about it.
So the Centurions never had control, so there was no fumble by the Centurions, but it just was kind of going for a loose ball, and they couldn't quite get it.
All right, Bishop's going to come over here, and
he's picking the ball up, and Eastern's getting a
probably going to be where the Centurions touched it, would be my guess.
A 7-yard gain for Eastern on the first non-play. So Eastern will take over at their own 22-yard line is where it is. I'm not sure why that's a down ball there. It's still a live ball. It isn't like on a punt where you touch it and it's down. I'm not sure how that rule works, but I'm sure they know the rules better than I do, and we know
we don't
it's
see
Eastern's
it very
ball.
often. So
Scott in that shotgun. I'm sure he is going to be going to the air attack here quite consistently the rest of this game, and he's going to throw long this time. He's got a man just overthrew him. Benjamin Warfield.
Warfield almost made a great one-handed catch there.
The incomplete pass. He had got back behind the corner in free safety. He couldn't quite get over there quick enough. So it'll be 2nd and 10, though. Incomplete pass. I tell you, man, I'm not looking forward to facing Eli Scott for 2 more years. He's only a sophomore.
An impressive young man. And these receivers are all pretty young. I believe Rice is a senior.
Rice and Warfield are seniors, but the other guys he's throwing to are juniors and sophomores. Scott, high snap, hands off to Moore. Slowed down in the backfield.
Mozzie slowed him down.
Mozzie slowed him down, and Parr comes in to put the final touches on him. And Dobbs also in on the tackle. Ball's going to get out to the 23. 1-yard gains. It'll be 3rd and 9 for Eastern. 9:03 left in this game.
I'm not sure whether. There we go.
Scott takes the snap back. He's going to throw long.
Throw.
He's got a man, but overthrows DeWitt. Mays was coming over to help Guerin on that, had him open for a few seconds.
Yeah, he got back behind both defenders.
It's going to be incomplete pass and should bring in the punting unit.
Yep, here they come.
8:55 to go.
Going to have two returners back, and Guerin and
Leeper go
Leeper
back. Guerin and Leeper go back. Set up about the 40-yard line. Franklin has had some booming kicks tonight. He's got the wind behind him.
Yeah, this one could take off. I'm sure the Centurions are setting up for a return.
The hike, nice hike.
Oh, he kicks off the side of his foot.
The ball hits at the 50. He's going to take a big hop. 40. Rolls out of bounds. Or nope, still stayed in bounds. It just stopped over there, but it's going to be at the 33-yard line. So Centurions, pretty good field position to start their third drive of this second half with 8:54 to go.
Mike, we talked about one of the big stats for the Eagles there in the first half. They were 5 out of 9 on third downs, had 9 opportunities, connected over on 5 of them. This half, they're 0 for 3. Big difference there about Centurion defense.
This is Centurion's 4th series. They have 3 TDs here in this half, have scored every time they've touched the ball, all on pass plays in the end zone eventually. 2 to Will Parr, 2 to Will Parr, 1 to Kevin King.
Yeah, nice long drive here. Been a nice mix of running and then play action.
Connor Masters in the game for the Centurions now, the quarterback of game number 1. In to take the controls. He has Zimmer in the backfield. He has Nate Dobbs at one receiver. The other receiver is Justin McDonald, J-Mac, into the game. On the far side, Adam Ballard takes spot at the receiver. So Coach Cantwell getting some subs in, and they're
talking about the clock here.
Looks like they want
8:44 maybe.
8:44. I need to adjust the clock. They got it at 8:34. So Centurions, Eastern picked up 7 yards. We pick up 20 seconds. So 1st and 10, Connor Masters at the control. Handoff goes to Zimmer around the left side. He's got some room. He's going to be eventually brought down there by number 5. It looks like Pierce Humppick. But Zimmer with another 8 yards to add to his total. That's going to put him over 280, somewhere in the 280s.
So you may have to dig around. Have we had a 300-yard rusher?
I do not know if we have or not, and we don't have. I'm not sure if we have individual.
We don't have a lot, yeah.
So I'll have to check here after the game. 3 receivers left: McDonald, Dobbs, and Ballard. Zimmer in the backfield, Masters under center. Zimmer gets it again. Looked like he had a big hole, but he's going to get caught in the backfield by Aiden Jackson.
Brings up a 3rd and a long 2 yards here.
Clock is running down to 7.5. Centurions lead 35-14.
I think they keep this on the ground with Harrison, or maybe a rollout by Connor and let him run it around the end.
Either of those would do.
Yep.
Justin McDonald right. Ballard and Dobbs were going to be to the left, but Dobbs now goes to the right side. Ballard stays on the left side. And whistles are blowing, and Coach Blanford calls for another timeout for his Eastern Eagles. So 7:05 to go here in the game. Centurions up comfortably now, finally, 35-14 in a great second half.
Great third quarter.
Great third quarter.
Great third quarter. Put it all together with special teams, defense, and offense to get this lead back, and then get up by 2 scores, now up 3.
So Centurions back at home next week. If you saw the original schedule, this game was at Ballard. but because of some stadium issues, Ballard can play no home games this year.
Yeah.
So that game has been moved here to Cal. That will be next week at 7:30. If you can't make it, we'll be right here on livesportscaster.com. But we'd love to have you out here cheering on the Centurions. And the following week, Centurions back on the road as they go to number 1 in 4A, Boyle County. But you got 2 tough games. You got to get through Ballard first, but let's finish this game first with 7:05 to go. Masters goes to the shotgun now with 3rd and 2. High snap. Masters, ball's on the ground. It's fumbled and recovered by Eastern. Aiden Renfro recovers it. The high snap went over the head of Masters. Masters went to the ground trying to catch it. Couldn't do it, and Renfro recovers the fumble.
Yeah, Masters got one hand on it, but he had to leave the ground to get it. And then at that point, it was just Eagles were coming in on a blitz. Able to recover it.
So Eastern takes over at the Centurion 30-yard line with 7:04 to go here in the game. And where you were putting it to Eastern, now you're kind of giving Eastern a little window with 7 minutes to go. Warfield and Rice split to the left. Lewis and DeWitt to the right. Scott back to pass looking, throwing it long. It's got a man in the end zone, incomplete.
Man.
He was looking over his right shoulder, ball thrown over his left shoulder, and Warfield wide open in the end zone.
That was close. Yeah, I think just a misplay there. He just turned the wrong way as the ball came over his shoulder. As you said, he looked over the wrong one, then couldn't adjust. He had his man, though.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for Eastern. All those passes were going Eastern's way in the first half. They were completing all those in the first half. They've stopped going over the middle, so the Centurions must have done something.
I think they've made an adjustment there. The linebackers are really staying in tight and showing blitz, but then they drop back. Showing it again here.
2 receivers left, 2 right. Back. Bad hike. Scott able to get hold, but he's going to have to run now. And coming from behind to grab him and wrestle him to the ground is Will Parr, but not after a pretty significant pickup for Scott there. He gets across the 25 down to the 24. It'll be 3rd and 4 for Eastern. And I'm sure this is 2-down territory for the Eagles.
Oh, yeah. 3rd and 4.
You can hear the wind coming in through our press box. Eagles taking a long time to get a play here with that clock running into the game. And now they're going to call a timeout. That's going to be their last timeout of the half. So 6:11 to go, 35-14. Centurions with the lead.
Trying to find a couple scores here. Wow, I tell you, Mel is putting it to St. X right now with 9 minutes left. They're up 51-14 with a running clock.
Wow. That's the number 2 and 3 teams in 6A right there. Male number 2, St. X. Not too long for number 3, I believe. After the Boyle County game, the Centurions will start playing district play. And again, to bring you up to date, Centurions in a totally different district this year as they go up to 3A. Totally different except for one team. That is the DeSales Colts. But the Centurions will start district play at home on September 27th against number 12 Mercer County, a team the Centurions have never played before. They'll follow that up going to Henry County on October 4th, another team the Centurions have never played. And then they will host DeSales for the big game on October 11th. Open weekend on the 18th. They go to Western Hills, the final district game on the 25th, and finish the season with a game against 5A opponent Bullitt Central. And we are back to action after that timeout here. 6:11 to go, 35-14 Centurions. Eastern with the ball, 3rd and 4 on the Centurion 24-yard line. Trips to the left. One receiver right for Eli Scott, rolling to his left, throws it up in the air. Going to be touchdown.
Did he get it?
He caught it, kicked the pylon,
and it's touchdown.
Touchdown to Christian Rice. So Eastern comes back with a 24-yard touchdown pass to Rice.
Good rollout, good throw there by Scott, of course, right at the pylon.
And
yeah,
Eastern
there's still a lot here, especially with the way they've been kicking the ball.
Eastern's been going for 2 all night. That is the 3rd touchdown pass of the evening from Eli Scott, his 2nd to Christian Rice. And they're going to go for 2 on this one. Got the rather crazy lineup. They all shift now.
Oh, now they're going to go. Now they're going to
kick it. They're going to kick it. Franklin in to kick. Holder is Pierce Humppick. Ball's down. Franklin's kick is no good. Hook right. So Eastern gets 6, cuts the lead to 35-20 with 6:04 to go.
Of course, that's all set up by the first turnover by the Centurions tonight on that high hike to Masters. So one turnover each for the teams tonight. One by the Eagles on that interception by Guerin. And then one on the fumble with the Centurions that the Eastern turned into 6 points. Still quite a bit of time here, Mike. 6 minutes to go.
6:04 to go. That was a minute and a half drive off the clock for Eastern. Covered 30 yards in 3 plays. Ending in that 24-yard pass to Christian Rice from Eli Scott. Eli Scott coming into this game. Let's see. He was 11 for 33, 197 yards in 2 games. He may be close to 197 in this game alone. So I am not totally sure, but would be ready for an onside kick here from the southpaw kicker, Daniel Franklin.
Well, they've definitely been unorthodox in kickoffs all night tonight, looking for gaps. See if they put this one on the ground, see if they can cover that 10 yards.
Guerin and Leeper go deep.
Centurions are playing it pretty vanilla here. Just got the regular receiving team in.
And we have seen him put a couple chip shots just over that front line.
I think it's going to be a legal motion here. Maybe a timeout. Timeout. Good call there by Coach Hilliard.
So the Centurions are going to take a timeout to talk over this kickoff coming from Eastern with 6:04 to go.
Eastern overloaded one side. It was definitely going to be a scrib along the line there so they could get this onside kick.
So Centurions, who trailed 14-13 at half, have scored 3 touchdowns and 4 of the times they've had the ball in this half. They go up 35-14, and Eastern, with the score just recently, cuts that lead 35-20. Centurions looks like they may be getting their hands group into the game.
Well, I appreciate how they called the timeout there. Not, don't even take a chance. Let's just call timeout, regroup, figure out what we're doing.
Wind blowing strong. Going from your left to right as you're looking at the game. So into the game, Will Parr, Braden Babin, Adam Ballard. Now nobody is deep at all.
I don't like that either.
I don't like that at all. And there's hardly anybody on the closest side to us. They kick one deep. Now Kevin King comes in to go deep.
It'd be a foot race.
Kevin King's got a lot of land to cover back there by himself. So Franklin approaches the ball, and he's going to kick it deep.
I think he kicked it in the end zone.
And it's going to go in the end zone and be a touchback. So all that timeout, all that theory, you're thinking, well, just a short kick or you got one man to beat, and he kicks it all the way to the end zone. So we'll take that. I think he didn't account for the wind, man. The wind added about 20 yards to that kick.
Yeah, I don't quite understand that play there.
Now, that's the kind of wind I like behind me when I'm playing golf.
That's right.
Give me that wind. But the wind always seems to be coming into me when I play golf. It's never behind me. So Centurions take over on their own 20. 6:04 to go here in the game, up by 15, 35-20. Anthony Sabatino back in the game at the controls.
This is when your line needs to take control.
Looks like all the starters are back in. Nope, Justin McDonald is in there. Zimmer in the backfield. And he's going to get the ball. He goes to the right, breaks one tackle, covers up the ball, gets out to the 29, just a yard short of the first down.
Love how he covered that up with two hands. Not going to make any mistakes. I can't wait to see his rushing average per play tonight.
It's going to be amazing. He's up to 291, I just heard from the other end of the press box. Make it 2nd and 1. Greg Gitcher into the game, splits out to the left side. Hand off to Zimmer again, up the middle, gets the first down, still going. Gets out about to the 32 or 33. I think Zimmer's going to be pretty tired come tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully Coach will just let him watch film in the morning.
Yeah. No sprints for Zimmer tomorrow.
That's right.
First down for the Centurions, 5:15 to go in the game. Ball sitting at the 34-yard line. Some subs are getting into the game for the Centurions, but a lot of the starters remain in as well. Starters, receivers back in. Mays and Guerin are split out to the right. Going to be a pitch to Zimmer. Fumbles, picks it up. He's going to be almost thrown for a sack. Gets back to the 30. It's going to be about a 4-yard loss. It could have been a lot more. It could have been a lost ball.
Yeah, that's an interesting call there. They haven't run that at all, that pitch all night long. Had so much success just handing it off, coming out the tackles.
So a 3-yard loss. Going to be a 4-yard loss. Looks like ball's going to be set back at the 30. It'll be 2nd and 14 for the Centurions. Just want to keep that clock running right now. The clock is our friend. Eastern with no timeouts left. 4:36 to go in the game. Centurions up by 15 points, 35-20. Sabatino in the shotgun. Back to pass, looking. Here comes the pressure. Ball knocked down.
Man, it was almost intercepted there by
trying to go on a quick.
By Matthews, Riker Matthews.
Trying to go on a screen to Zimmer. Ball knocked down by Matthews. And that could have been very detrimental.
Well, he almost caught that ball. That was close.
Matthews, I think, maybe would have motored into the end zone as big as he is. So make it 3rd and 13. Clock is stopped.
Okay, don't want to make a mistake here, but still want to try an opportunity to get that first down.
4:20 to go in the game.
That's a success going over top and also with a rollout.
King and Guerin split out to the left. Leaper to the right. Zimmer in the backfield. Leaper in motion. Gets the ball in the handoff. Tries to cut outside. He's got some room across the 40. Gets the first down. Tries to stay in bounds, but they're gonna say he was in bounds. Keep the clock going, I think.
He got the first down. That was a great call.
Good call. Great run out to the 50-yard line.
Great job by Coach Cantwell. Good call. Kept it on the ground. Ran that jet sweep. Great play there by Leaper. Good read to cut inside one guy, and that was enough that got him the first down.
They marked the ball at the 49-yard line. Clock is running. We are at 4 minutes to go in the game. King and Guerin go right. Leaper to the left. Sabatino, handoff to Zimmer. Puts his head down. Gets across midfield to the 49 of Eastern. Make it a 2-yard gain.
Like that. Once again, love how right when he gets to contact, he covers that ball up with both hands.
Make it 2nd and 8 for the Centurions.
Just control this ball for the end of the game. I like how they're doing this, taking their time, using most of the play clock.
3:12 to go in the game. Mike Botello, Darren Long with tonight's action on what was a heart stopper at halftime, but Centurions have come out and controlled this second half. Leaper right to the left, Guerin and King. Play action, Sabatino lets it fly, completed out to Leaper. First down out to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, Sabatino got some pressure there. Luckily, Wade threw it. It was to his right so he could get some power on it. Leaper made a great cut, just froze the cornerback for the Eagles and came back to it. Good catch. Another first down.
Mark the ball at the 35 in Eagle territory. It'd be nice to finish this game off with another touchdown with about 30 seconds to go, or as the clock expires. Ball at the 35. Guerin and King right, Leaper left. Sabatino in the shotgun. In motion goes Guerin. He gets it on the left sweep. Across the 30, jumps over one player, gets down to the 30. Make that a 5-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Good pickup.
Same play they ran with Leaper for the first down just a few minutes ago.
Keeps that clock running, though, Mike, like you said.
Give them a 6-yard gain. They mark it very nicely at the 29. And it looks like the Centurions are going to go to 3-0 on the season. Eastern's going to drop to 0-3, but not before they gave the Centurions all they wanted, especially in that first half. Sabatino under center, Zimmer in the backfield. It would be great to get Zimmer over 300. He's going to run to the right. He gets across the 25, 24, maybe a 5-yard pickup.
Another first down, though.
First down, Centurions. Marked it at the 24, make that a 5-yard pickup.
Probably got about two, maybe 3 more plays here. Centurions can close this out.
Harrison Zimmer, they just announced he is right at 300 yards on the night, so don't let him lose any yardage. Hopefully the PA announcer did not jinx him. Whatever you do, Harrison, don't lose a yard. 1:03 to go and counting. If I was Zimmer, I'd be saying, don't give me the ball.
That's right.
In motion. Taking it. Looks like Justin McDonald who's in the game. It is Justin and McDonald on the left sweep as he goes in motion, following in the footsteps of Leaper and Guerin as they have done it. He's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage.
That may have done it, Mike.
30 seconds to go. Everybody kind of milling around. I bet Sabatino's going to take a knee on this play. Sabatino to the line, takes a knee, and that's going to be it. Centurions are going to come away with a victory, a hard-fought 35-20 victory over the Eastern Eagles. Centurions go to 3-0 on the year. Eastern falls to 0-3. A hard-fought game, and we'll be back with a recap of the game in just a minute. Welcome back to Centurion football, where the Centurions come away with a 35-20 victory over Eastern tonight, and it was a hard-fought battle. The game started out as you thought it would. The Centurion defense forcing a 1-yard loss, as a matter of fact, and almost blocking a punt, recovering, but Eastern did get the punt away. They punted from their own end zone, and he shanked it just to get it away, and Centurions took over at the Eastern 11, but they couldn't score. They went backwards on their own thanks to a penalty. And then Eastern got the ball and scored the first touchdown of the game, the first touchdown of the year. It was a 9-play drive that covered 74 yards, ending in a 17-yard pass to Warfield from Eli Scott, one of 3 touchdown passes by Scott on the evening. The extra point, they tried to run it in. It was not successful. And the Centurions were down 6-0. But the Centurions turned it right around when they got the ball on their second series of the night, starting at their own 45. 5 plays later, a 9-yard run by Harrison Zimmer went across the goal line. 6-6 Centurions. Extra point was blocked, and it was 6-6. Centurion defense then held Eastern, and Centurions then took over from their own 20, and 1 play later, an 80-yard run by Harrison Zimmer put the Centurions up. Cornett with the extra point. Centurions up 13-6, and that was the score at the end of 1. But Eastern, right at the beginning on the first series of the second quarter, scored again on their own. It was a 20-yard pass play to Christian Rice, his first of 2 touchdowns on the evening from Eli Scott. And the extra point, was another Scott to Rice pass, and Eastern went up 14-13, and that is how the half ended. Centurions down by 1. But then the Centurions, if they showed last year under Coach LaForce, showed the same thing under Coach Cantwell, making great halftime adjustments, and they came out strong. They received the kickoff. It looked bad at first. They ran it back to about the 40-yard line, but he got called back because of a holding penalty to the 25. But 9 plays later and 75 yards later, a 7-yard pass to William Parr from Sabatini made the score 20-14. Then an extra point run by Harrison Zimmer made it 21-4. The touchdown made it 20-14. A 2-point conversion made it 21-14. The defense held. Eastern had to punt. Christian Academy took over on their own 33 the next time. 11 plays later this time, it was a 13-yard touchdown pass from Sabatino to Kevin King, and the Centurions on the extra point went up 28-14. Next time Eastern had the ball, Gage Guerin with the interception gave the Centurions the ball back at their own 27, and 4 plays later, it was a 21-yard touchdown pass to William Parr, his second of the evening, and the Centurions with the extra point went up 31-14. The defense held, forced Eastern to punt once again, but the Centurions fumbled on the ensuing series. Eastern took over at their own 30. And 3 plays later, it was a 24-yard touchdown pass to Christian Rice from Eli Scott. The extra point was no good, and that put the score 35-20, and that is how the game ended. Darren, I believe you have the stats for the game.
Yeah, let's take a look here as look at the final game stats here for this evening. First downs tonight, 13 for Eastern. They had 72 rushing yards. Passing yards tonight, 168, so they ran 53 plays for 240 yards of offense tonight. Centurions is definitely by far their best offensive game for this short season so far after 3 games. 21 first downs tonight, 346 rushing yards. They finished with 192 passing yards, so 56 plays, 538 yards of offense. And if you remember, we talked about at halftime, the big difference was the number of plays that Eastern had run compared to Cal in that first half. More than doubled, surpassed that for the Centurions in the second half. So once again, that's 56 plays for 538 yards. Penalty yards tonight, 5 for 25 for Eastern, 6 for 70 for Centurions. That continues to plague them. They've averaged probably about 70 yards for the first 3 games. And then third down efficiency, I think we finished at 6 for 13 for Eastern, 4 of 8 for the Centurions. Tonight, for passing, Eli Scott, what a great game for him tonight, especially in that first half. He still finished 11 for 26, 168 yards and 3 touchdowns for the Eastern quarterback. Let's see, for receiving tonight, for Eastern, Rice finished with 3 catches for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. DeWitt, 1 for 12. Benjamin Warfield, 5 catches for 77 yards and a touchdown. And Aiden Lewis, 1 for 14. For the Centurions on offense this evening, Passing tonight, Anthony Sabatino, what a great game. Finished 11 for 19, 192 yards and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Just a very consistent evening. Rushing tonight, Sabatino finished with 5 attempts for 33 yards. Gage Guerin, 1 attempt for 6. Harrison Zimmer, that's going to be the story of the night. Now, this is unofficial, but right now we have 27 attempts for 300 yards exactly with a long of 80 and 2 touchdowns. Either way, what a game tonight by Harrison Zimmer. Just absolutely incredible. Luke Leeper had the 1 attempt on the jet sweep for 19, and Justin McDonald had 1 attempt for 1 yard. Receiving, Kevin King had a good night tonight. He had 3 receptions for 41 yards and a touchdown. Harrison Zimmer, 2 for 23 yards. Will Parr, 2 for 28 and the 2 touchdowns. Another great game by him tonight. Luke Leeper finished with 3 for 43. On the defensive side, we'll catch just the highlights here. We have 5 for Nate Dobbs, tackles tonight, 6 for Jacob Sutherland, 5 for Will Parr, 10 for Braden Babin, and then a slew of guys with 3 as well.
Well, Darren, we're going to have to check the records this week. We have to go into the deep, dark records, and we got 2 to look at. Zimmer may be the most yards in an individual game by a runner ever. We were just talking about there could be some others. Ivan Talley had some big games.
Yep.
Nick Payne had some big games.
Way back in the day, Deary.
John Deary had some big games. And I'm sure we're forgetting a few running backs that we've had. But 538 yards of total offense. That may be a record.
That's got to be up
in
there
an individual game, too. That's got to be one of the biggest ones. So next week, we play Ballard, the Christian Academy team of the second half. Could give them a really good game.
We could.
The Cal team of the first half, we're going to probably get beat.
It would be tough, yeah. I mean, you got the number 7 team in 6A coming in, and Ballard is big. I can tell you they got one of the biggest linemen in the state. Went blank on the guy's name, but you'll find him. It won't be a problem. And then they also got a guy named Minkins that plays on defensive signed with Louisville. So they definitely have the athletes. Have had lost to Mel, but you can see what Mel's doing already. I mean, they got to be the number 1 team in the state right now. Totally demolished St. X tonight. So that's not a good real gauge of it, but it's going to be a battle. Ballard's going to be big. They're going to be tough. They're going to be athletic. And Centurion's got some stuff to work on. They really do. They made some great adjustments once again on the defensive because that pass play that Eastern was doing in the first half down the middle was just, I mean, it was unstoppable. And then they did stop it there in the second half, so good adjustments there. Offensive line cleaned some things up. The second half looked much better. I mean, what can you say about an offensive line that gets a back 300 yards?
That's exactly right.
That tells you what it is right there. And Harrison, I mean, he made some great plays, and we talked about his eyes, but he wasn't getting touched for, first 2 or 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, and that's what you need. So the offensive line, I think, did a much better job. I think when they look at it film, it'll look much better in the second half than it did in the first half.
So that wraps it up here tonight, 35-20, a victory for the Centurions. We got to say congratulations. Dylan Cordette came in, had his first extra point blocked, but did a great job at it. I mean, he had plenty of room to spare on some of those extra points.
Yep.
And it was a tough, windy night to kick in, so congratulations to that young man. Kevin King, Will Parr, I believe both of them first touchdown receptions in their career at Cal.
That's awesome. That's incredible. I'm just so excited for both those guys. I mean, a lot of different guys are starting to step up and make some plays. I mean, a couple of these guys, you look at Dobbs as well on special teams is always in there. King, there again on special teams, doing a great job. So, yeah, they're all starting to contribute. I tell you, special teams still playing really well. I think that has been the most consistent part of the Centurions in these first 3 games, and that's a huge part of, the game from both the defensive and offensive side. But we need to put it all together next week, that's for sure.
I got to know one stat. How many tackles did Will Minrith have?
Well,
I'm not sure how many he had, but if he had like 5 or 6, they were like within 2 series. He just had every tackle, it seems like.
We definitely were calling his name here. Let's see if we can pull it up right here. Got him just for 3 total, but I know he was in a whole lot more.
I thought he had 5 straight at one point.
Yeah, it's tough on the defense when you're keeping stats on the defensive side. That's probably one of the hardest things to keep track of.
So a big win for the Centurions. They go to 3-0 in a year, extend their winning streak to 18 straight. So we'll know they'll be – I'm not sure what South Warren did tonight, but that's who they were tied with for the longest winning streak in the state. They'll go for 19 next week, and that is a home game. And I'm going to tell you, if you are ever needed here at the game to get loud and cheer on the Centurions, that is going to be the game against this big 6A opponent in Ballard. First time Centurions ever played them. Be great to come away with a victory, but the crowd's going to need to be here to cheer them on.
Number 19 is going to be a tough one. I guarantee that.
There is no doubt. but will relish in tonight's victory as the Centurions go 3-0, 35-20 was the final score. Big thank to Clay Masters on camera tonight. Shane Weaver, the usual great job on stats. Darren, good to have you back again tonight.
It's always fun.
And for Darren and myself, Mike Botello, a big thanks to you fans who joined us this evening. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next Friday. If you're not here at the Ballard game, you can follow us, livesportscaster.com. Good night, everybody.